Oh my
idea.
God. I'm nervous now.
Nah, yeah, and listen, I first want to appreciate you for hopping in because you don't know like the old how we started in the beginning. I had 23 creators. 15 of them was partner and had a lot of females. I was one of the only like stream collectives that had a lot of females be a part of it. And we used to have
Hmm.
like all female podcasts, all female tournaments. And I've always had like women in the shop. We used to have a sex podcast. We had all kinds of stuff, but
Oh,
yeah, I almost got canceled on Facebook. Or I almost lost my partnership over
I say on
over.
Facebook? You was
Huh?
doing that on Facebook?
We was doing a lot back then. It was like the Wild Wild West. This is like before they had like set guidelines on Level Up. We kind of was like breaking the mold on a lot of stuff. So yeah, we had Battle of the Sexes. It was a really popular cosplayer that used to do that show with me. It
Uh-huh.
was a lot. We crossed the line habitually. But I appreciate you hopping in because I'll definitely be looking for female voices when we have these conversations. And I I thought of you first. Like I was like, man, I got like a set little short list of people that I like to have to talk to. But
Yeah.
you definitely want to. So let everybody know who you are. Not everybody on my community know you.
Well, hey y'all, my name is Lady Stanton. I stream a lot on Kick. This is my main platform. I used to tap into Twitch, but Kick has embraced me. And I guess you could say like I'm a multi-streamer. I play a lot of games, but the main games that I know I play is COD, Fortnite, and DBD, which is Dead by Daylight. But I have been tapping into some GTA, which I'm actually loving. I didn't think I was gonna really like it, but I can see why people get addicted. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so that's who I am. How y'all doing? Thank you for allowing me to be on here.
Oh, for sure. Um, well, as you know, like I got two girls, and my oldest is 9, and she does a lot of content. And these topics have been coming up lately. And like one of the best pods we had this year, is a male's content creator's wife that was hopping on. So I'll get your topic on like some of the things that we've already done in the last few weeks, and then we get up to speed,
Mhm.
and we get on to like what happened this week. Um,
Okay.
all right, you're a female creator, so you get to see the other side. I like perspective. So there was a guy, and I ran across this guy. He was at GameStop and he was selling his console. And I was like, why is this
Mhm.
dude so sad? Like, maybe he's trying to get some money or whatever. He's like, no, I don't live with my baby's mom, but she's making me sell my PlayStation because she doesn't like a man who plays video games. So she was saying the deal breaker in their relationship on moving forward was he's a gamer. So they don't live together, and she made him sell his PlayStation. Have you ever dealt with
Ooh.
somebody? First, what you think about that, and secondly, have you ever dealt with somebody that just it was a deal breaker that you were a gamer?
No, and I think that's stupid because like my thing is this: if you guys don't have something in like okay, playing video games and content creating and streaming and stuff is a hobby. Some people use it as a hobby, some people have it as a career, right? If you are dating someone and they don't embrace this part of you, y'all relationship isn't gonna make it. Isn't gonna make it. So I think it's very dumb to have for her to tell him to give him that ultimatum. If you a gamer, then we done. I mean, okay, bye. Look, because this is part of who you are, right? This is something that you enjoy doing. And if you are with somebody, they should applaud you for the things that you enjoy doing, especially if it's keeping you out of trouble and and all this other stuff. Like, come on now. Content creators, we're in our homes. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it's
We're in our homes.
it's a safe space. So you said no,
So
nobody's ever done that to you.
no,
Ha-
no.
so it's never bothered somebody that was dating you that, hey, listen, you playing games, it's other guys involved, like they getting jealous.
Yes, yes. I've had. Wow, I just got sub. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. Oh my god, I just got big subbed. So gifted. Thank you so much. Thank you so
Who
much,
was
Big
it?
Jeff. Big Jeff
Big
27.
Jeff.
Gino cry.
Man,
Big Jeff came up in
Big Jeff
here.
from my community, man. He's a big time supporter.
He just came over here and Big Jeff.
Yeah, that's what Big Jeff do. Big Jeff is his own entity.
Jesus Christ. Thank you, Big Jeff. Oh my gosh, I'm blushing and I'm light skinned. Don't do that. You know, I'm going to turn red.
Yeah, when Big Jeff pull up, sometimes Big Jeff will make you walk out the room.
Bro, Big Jeff is Big Jeff and I love it. Thank you so much. Okay, so yes, it has happened to me before. As a matter of fact, it's happened to me before with yeah, it's happened to me. I don't want to go too deep into it, but it has happened to me before. You know, people get a little jealous because I do mainly play with males. I do have a handful of females that I'm actually, you know, collaborating with and, you know, getting to play the game with them a little bit more. But let's be real, gaming is really big. A lot of guys are in this field, so you know. But um, it didn't work. Just put it like that. It didn't work because let's be real, like conversations, you know, sexual conversations, conversations like this, conversations about relationships and stuff like that are great content. It's
It
really good
is.
content because it's IRL, you know what I'm saying? It's real life. So the people that you are with or that are wanting to be with you need to be acceptance on that, right? You're going to talk about true stuff and you have to be real about it. Thank you so much again for the gift. Big Jeff is Jeffing over here. I'm so sorry.
Nah, you good. It's understood.
Jesus Christ. But no, but yeah, I really think that it's just something that it's like that trust mechanism definitely has to tap in, right? And it's not easy. I mean, you know, it's not easy being cute and being a content creator either, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
So
right.
you get a lot of crazy stuff in the DMs.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, like,
So,
I ain't gonna ask you what's crazy that's been in your DMs, but I'm gonna
oh,
say like how difficult has that been to navigate? You play with a lot of guys. You want to play with people that you know. Obviously, you have good vibes and good relationships with while you're playing. How often does you get that the stream ends and that person just instantly turn to like feeling you and you like, man, how much of it is me just interacting and engaging, we having that good stream relationship that makes great content to that person start to catch feelings.
so when I first started streaming, it was difficult. It really was difficult, right? But now it's been 2 years. I kind of, like I already know that type of vibe. It's like, okay, I know what's about to happen here, you know? So it's kind of just like communication, bro. That's all. It's like you have to be real too. You can't, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like if you start faking the funk and all this other stuff, it can cause damage to your brand and to your, you know, your streaming and all that crazy stuff does come on stream. I'm just gonna be honest with
Oh,
you.
it
It
do.
comes on stream. And so you just have to be real transparent and real open. If you're digging a person, yo, I'm digging you. If you're not, I'm not digging you, but I hope, you know what I'm saying, we can still play the game because, you know, we obviously have that gaming chemistry.
Right.
But outside of it,
It
you
get
know what I'm saying?
it get a
You got
little.
to be open.
Yeah, you do. So have I think I feel like I've asked you this before, but it's been some time. Have you been to any of the gaming conventions, like meet a lot of people IRL?
So I've been to one. I went to the Calm of the Culture, which is thrown by Red Got Issues and Tommy and them. Um, so I've been to that. And I was in Atlanta. I went last year actually, and I met a lot of streamers that I play the game with and I kick it with. Chad P Games, Deuce Man, all of them. Like I met all of them in IRL, and it was a really good time. It really was. I want to go to Dream. What is it? Dream
DreamHack.
Hack. I want to go there. I want to go to that. This year's in Dallas, which I live in Oklahoma, so it's like right there, right? But I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it because I think I'm going to Belize. So Belize, Dallas, Belize, Dallas, Belize. So, but I do want to go to TwitchCon too, even though I don't stream on Twitch, but I do have an account over there and I tap in every once in a while over there. But
That's
to me,
what's
it's just building connections, right? So,
right.
um, so yeah. But I've been to one and it was a lot of fun. I ain't gonna lie, it was a lot of fun.
All right.
So.
So my next question to tag on to that, was it anybody that seen you in person and then just crashed out?
Oh, what? Oh, I should have been prepared.
Oh yeah, I'm a pro at this. Like I'm gonna ask tough questions because like like I be wanting to see the real. We don't always get to see the other side, and I want that to be seen because there's a perception that like the women that just got it easy. I'm like, nah, they had to deal with a lot of stuff that you
No.
don't get to see. And by me having female gamers that was like under my imprint for so long, I got to see
Yeah.
these DMs and I got to see all this stuff, and I'm just like, yo,
Oh,
it get kind of
it's
wild.
crazy. It's crazy. There's okay, so no, I think everybody like that saw me were like, "Oh, it's Lady." Like they were surprised to see me, just put it like that, because I wasn't gonna go because I can be a little I'm extrovert, but I'm introvert when I like for a second, I'm like, observing, feeling the room, you know what I'm saying? And then I become extrovert. So but everyone I saw was cool. Everything was cool. There was a couple people that I was like, damn, it was there. But but still, but nah, it wasn't nothing like that. Nobody crashed out or nothing like that.
And nobody crash out.
But to tap on that, what you said about it's easy for no, it's not. Just because we might be girls and we get viewers and you see our view count up and oh, all they gotta do is wear a V shirt and show some cleavage and they in there. Yes, facts. Guys like, they like to see what they like to see.
Right.
However, it's the managing of all of that, right? That is very, very difficult. There are some crazy stuff that we get in our DMs that you're like,
You
oh,
like, did I sign up for this?
holy, like, Jesus Christ. Like, I've had people ask me where I live. I've had somebody send me an address, an old address of mine, like when I used to live in a different area, and told me that they was coming to my house. And I was like,
Man, you know what he said? He said, I spent a lot of money with you over the years, Diamond. You gonna let me in? Melvin done pulled up on you. He didn't find the low. He didn't got the low on you. He been looking at the scenery in the
he
background, your
look,
pictures. Found you.
man, he found an old address. Yo, daddy streaming. I see you guys. Old address, old stuff. And I was like, you better get your money back because someone gave you the wrong information.
Yeah, that's quite wild.
It's crazy. It's
Because
definitely crazy.
when I've seen people get to conferences and like pop like softcore drugs and mollies and stuff. I seen people just doing the most crashed out stuff when they see people because they just fan
Oh,
out,
wow.
and then you just be like, man, it's probably gotta be a difficult thing to manage. And then if you was in a relationship as a
It's
female
not easy.
and you go, I've seen how they have to try to manage that because at the same time these people are the people that do watch, they do support, they do send money. And then have you had this? The guys that want to moderate for you, but really they just trying to get
Mm.
as close to you as humanly possible.
Yes.
Like like
Yes.
they say sis,
I,
but you not really sis. It's like a
I
different
just want to. I just want to be in your mod view so I can see who's messaging you, who's
right.
sending you stuff, who you blocking, who you not blocking, and all
Mm.
this stuff. Who's friending you and who's
Mm-hmm.
sending you money. Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, they,
It
they they
get
got a better check
crazy.
on it than you do.
You're like, damn. They're like, did you know that such and such and this? No, I didn't, but thank you for letting me know.
Yeah, you get that, and it's something that like it is like you said, it's hard to manage because like you have to embrace it, but at the same time, you have to set like hard boundaries to where like people don't
Absolutely.
think all you have to offer is just like what they're looking at. They're like a person that actually like is pretty decent at games, that can be ambidextrous, that can get along in team play, they can do all those different
Yeah.
things that people want to see. Because I think you got to be good at a lot of things, and you should never hold back your personality or your looks and compromise it. Because at the end of the day, what a person think about you when they see your stream is what they think about you. It's nothing you can do
Can't
visually to
control it.
change how that person's gonna. If they think you only hot because of your looks and nothing to do with the content you put out, and
Hmm.
it's nothing you can do to change that. So that's kind of got us like slightly up to speed on the conversations that we've had over the
Oh,
last couple of weeks. And I don't know if you watch those dating TV shows like Married at First
With
Sight.
the balloon.
And no, I don't. Those balloon pop things, those be irritate me so bad. I feel like they're very divisive. To they're like a subculture to dating, but like the Love Is Blind, Married at First
Oh,
Sight.
I love that
You
show.
you
That's
you.
my. Oh,
So you caught up on this season.
there's a new one that just came. There's a new one. A new season just came out. I have not seen any of it yet.
I ain't gonna spoil it
I have
for you,
not seen a
but
new one yet.
look, when you get caught up on that, you let me know.
Yeah,
We be running it down on
man.
those shows
I
because
used to
it's
watch it on stream. I used to watch it on
oh
stream until they started tripping about it. I was like,
yeah.
what?
Sometimes you don't get those copyrights on that stuff. Then sometimes you do. I think it depends on
Yeah,
the date of when they got it airing on network TV. Like I think sometimes when it hit the internet, it's good to go. But
yeah,
all
yeah.
right, so
Well, kicking Netflix. Anyway,
yeah.
but yeah, go ahead.
So now that we caught up to speed on that, kind of got a little
Cool.
backstory. Two content creators that I know, King Richard and Rasta Lavisa. These was two have King Richard had a multi-million-dollar contract on Facebook. Rasta had a six-figure contract
Wow.
on Facebook, and these are like some of the faces of black creators. Like these was like if you want to these was like the standard of where a person was trying to get to at the time, like 2019, 2020 when gaming really hit the scene and just kind of took over the web. And
Hmm.
recently, it's a black female streamer, All Gold Queen. I don't know if
Oh
you
yeah.
familiar with her, but she's got the Black
Hmm.
Female Guild that's like 140, 150 people. They kind of had a little Twitter battle, and I kind of like hopped on the post to tell them like, I know y'all both like. This is my question to you, because I had a former
No,
Dallas Cowboy player that hopped on yesterday, loudly on, and we was talking about it.
that's a
When
good
these
man.
issues happen, do you think the narrative is true that black creators or just black people in general can't resolve our own issues?
No, I think I think they can resolve their. I think we can resolve our own issues. I just think like I said before, I think communication is big. Communication is huge, and how you communicate and what you say to resolve the issues and so forth is important. So yeah, I mean, I think we definitely can resolve our issues. It's just the way that we do it, right?
Because what I seen was like it's kind of like the Kendrick Drake thing. Like, there's no
Yeah.
person outside our culture that could take out Drake. There's nobody outside our culture that could take out Kendrick. But if you let
Mm-hmm.
those two fight, it's like Django. Like, they could easily eliminate each other. We do it all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and I see it in content. And I had made this statement one time, and it was kind of inflammatory. People didn't agree with what I was saying, but I really had more black people in the community backbite than what I had to deal with from the industry of non-black people. Like, I've never really had
Mm-hmm.
nobody really hold the door on me. And it might I know that something out there exists because this is $1 billion industry, and we're only a small percentage of it. Like in some
Mm-hmm.
areas, like you just don't see us at. When it comes to certain
Mm-hmm.
things, but when what I seen in the last few years really was disheartening because I'm like, if two of the biggest black creators that financially have done so well with content can't get together and figure it out, because King Richard was like, yo, we can hop in Discord, we can talk it out, we can put this out in content for people to learn and grow from. And then,
Mm-hmm.
of course, like, when certain things is said, Rasta's like, no, we got nothing to talk about. If you attacking the females for for saying that they shouldn't have that thing and it's marginalizing them further. Like, and I'm just sitting here like, can y'all like sit down and talk about this issue? Can we get the females that's running this female guild, this multi-million-dollar streamer, and then this guy that's been made, I can't tell you how much money. I'm not pocket watching, but you guys are very influential. You was the two. These guys were the two mentors to the Black Gaming Creator Program on Facebook. So in
Mm-hmm.
that instance, you got 100 black creators under y'all. If y'all can't work it out, definitely the people that's like fighting for viewership, fighting for contracts, fighting to be partnered, fighting to be verified, they're definitely not gonna be able to work out smaller issues. And that's something that I seen personally in content. And that's why I wanted you on, because I wanted the female side of, do you feel like the black male creators have your back? as a whole, or you feel like it's this like a community of like black males that don't appreciate black females in content?
No, I think no. For me, first of all, like I'm Puerto Rican, born and raised here. I'm Puerto Rico. I speak Spanish and everything. So I'm Afro Latina, right? So, um, but I have a whole crew of folks. I mean, even that crew, like they have my back. I know if something was to pop off or whatever the case may be, they definitely have my back. Especially my inner circle, which is it does have a lot of males in it because of the space that I'm in, definitely will have my back as well. Um, but knowing like me, I am a little older and so forth. So like knowing me, and I do have a corporate background, to resolve issues, it's just a mature way of doing it. So like I know that the crew that has my back will resolve the issue in a mature way. So yeah, like I definitely feel like I do have my back, or black male creators have my back, especially the ones around me. So
Yeah, that's pleasant to hear because like in so many instances like I've ran into, I've always been the peacemaker to the situation. And I'm always like,
yeah,
man, like I'm
no,
taking
you
away
are.
from myself to try to like take the high road because I am older, and like I try not to do things to where like if I ever did something online that when I get to school and I'm doing the field trips and I'm doing the daddy daughter days and stuff, some parent is looking at me
Yeah,
like this. Yeah, it's like I don't want to do nothing to embarrass my family, like in a situation like that. But that's
yeah,
that was a topic of conversation because I think from my perspective, people's like, "What do you think?" I said some of the stuff that he's saying is true, but the other part of it is tact, right? Like how I say
yeah,
something to you, it he's got to have a better way to not seem so out of touch to the females. That's like, yo, we're trying to get our voice heard. We have created a safe space to where we could do this, and
yeah.
people are gonna weaponize a black creator that big saying something negative about that group,
Okay.
especially
Yeah,
on Twitter.
absolutely.
Especially on Twitter. So I was
Yeah.
like, man, I wish he could find a way to talk to them because now you got a group of 150 black female creators that look at you as like public
Yes.
enemy number one. So if
Yeah.
something happens to him, like they're not gonna have no sympathy and give him the
They
business
just
on
be like,
Twitter.
well,
And I feel like also too, like just in our society, I feel like there's a disconnect between the man and the woman. And
mm-hmm.
that balloon pop video you was talking about. Let's get into that. Let's talk about them balloon pop videos. I think them balloon pop videos is like it.
Oh
We
my
get
gosh.
to see it like somebody's first thought about like the man and the woman. Like I feel like it's more of a fight than a work together. But what you think about them balloon pop videos though?
Man, I think that's scary as shit. I'm sorry, my language. I'm sorry. I think that is so scary. I think that is takes a lot of courage, okay? For you
Oh, it
to, for
do.
one, get on get on camera in front of a bunch. Everyone's watching this, okay? You have a line of females or males, whatever it is, right? And they're judging you by first looks,
That's
like
it.
they because it's sometimes people walk out the room and pop pop pop. You're like, oh, like dang, I
Right.
got a boogie.
It's kind of crazy.
Like, that
Would
is
Would you
courage,
do it?
okay? No, I would never do that.
I don't think I'd subject myself to that because like the first thing you do is like let's say you did put on your Sunday's best and you walk out and how many guys they have like 10 or 20?
I think it's like, yeah, I think it's like 10. It's 10 online. I think
All right,
10,
so
10
10,
guys.
like 3 balloons get popped when you walk from behind the curtain like like what's your next thought like?
Instant, instant failure.
Like do you start
Instant.
scowling, you start looking mad trying to see where the balloons got popped at? You start
Look,
like
I
you
got
say you checking
questions.
yourself. The first thing I think is I get defensive because as soon as that woman put their microphone on my face, I'm finna try to say whatever bad I could possibly think of about them people that popped that balloon.
Put your lick back, don't you?
Yeah,
That's what it is.
is this somebody you would typically date? Hell no.
Nah,
Like
I ain't even like. I ain't even like the.
outfit,
I,
everything about her is all bad. Like
your,
it's
your eyes is crooked. Your eyes are crooked.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. That's why I do like the but I do like the Married at First Sight and the Love Is Blind. I think I like Love Is Blind
Oh, I love that.
because it's like
I love it.
it's so unconventional that you're trying to connect with somebody without seeing them, and the balloon
Oh my
pop is the
gosh.
opposite. It's the me.
Like they see you, pap, pap, pap. It's like, yo, you don't even know my personality. You don't even know what
Right,
I
you ain't heard me
do for a
speak yet.
living.
I ain't said a word.
It's like instant. But no, Love is Blind to me is I'm talking about. I love that show. I know everyone's like, oh my God, it's a girl flick. Yes, I love it. I love everything about it. Because, like you said, you don't get to see the people. You're literally getting to know this person in a very deep, intimate way because, like, you don't see them. And you're
Right,
learning everything about them, like, what they like, what they don't like, your family background, your religious, like your religion background, everything. Like, you are learning everything about that person that when you do get to see them, it might not even matter like what you look like. You
right.
know what I'm
I
saying? I've
think
seen episodes that it does though.
yes. I think it. Honestly, I think it gives you a chance if you get somebody visually who don't look like your normal type, but you did have this
Yeah.
strong connection with. I think it
Hmm.
gives that chance. But for ratings, the first episode out the pod is let me show you who you didn't pick, and they have the
Let
party.
me show you.
They have the party, and it's natural that if you was torn between two people and you pick one, and the other one shows up, you
Yeah,
have to talk to that person. Like I
you
think they probably have
do.
it in the contract. Like, nah, you gotta go. Y'all gotta go
You
take y'all
know,
5 minutes
notice
here.
they all talk to each other. They all like when they come out when they all come out and stuff like they all talk to each other. Even though they pick somebody else or whatever. And you're talking about like when they on the honeymoon and they finally get to meet each other.
Right. And
Is that
they
what you're
have like
talking about?
the
Yeah.
little mixer, the little party, and everybody come out in their club
Yeah.
clothes, and then you can see the
Yeah,
look
and
on
they're like,
somebody's
"Oh,
face.
snaps."
And you haven't seen
Don't
this
let your
you ain't seen this season, so I don't want to spoil it. This season
Oh
is
my God. Okay, so that means I gotta watch it. I gotta
yeah,
start
I don't
tonight.
want to be I don't want to play spoiler. And a lot of people give me a little grief because I'm all we always Marine was good. We always do content on this, and then people like, why y'all
Yeah.
watch? I'm like, you got it's like a guilty pleasure because I get to watch somebody else be get pressed and have tough stuff asked of them, and not it be me. Because it's not
And
fun when
that'd
it's
be
you when
you.
somebody got you against the wall asking tough questions.
Yeah, no, that's yeah, you're right about that.
He said his girl said the party is a setup. It is, but we need it for ratings though. Like my boy
I mean,
Rich always say he don't watch. He said he only allows like one fairy tale couple per season, and the rest he want chaos and drama. He said he want to see
the
tears.
more ratchet, the better. You already know. The more ratchet, the better. Especially like stuff like this. Of course, they're gonna add a little spice to it, But there's couples that they're still married, and they went through the whole process. They got children and everything, and
Yeah,
they still together.
yeah. I sometimes
So
I think they match people with the purpose of trying to create some kind of conflict. But then again,
oh
like you
yeah,
said, there's some people that get together and they probably would have never met each other if it wasn't for the show putting them in a setting where their personalities get to shine and connect.
yeah.
Because we do live in a superficial world, even when it comes to content. You know, we live in the world of
Hmm.
scroll, and people scroll till they see something they like, and
Yeah.
and a lot of times I've
Swipe.
seen people buy things without seeing it, and then they have buyer's remorse once they get in, but they so invested into it online that by the time they get there, they just got to go on with it. Um,
Yeah.
so
Sheen.
do
Order some
you
clothes and
have
be like,
any things that that has happened to you recently that you like to add? Because it is this time of year when I like to see pick other people's brains about topics and fun conversations they've had.
you know, it's funny that you like the conversation that we're having now is top right now, right? We started a new year as content creators. We have goals that we've set, for the year, and that we're trying to do stuff to accomplish those goals. We're trying to shift a little bit, move things around, maybe even change a lot of stuff to see if it will work, right? So those are the conversations I'm having right now with a lot of streamers. It's like, what are you changing? Like, what did you try to do in 2024 that clearly didn't work, and then
Mm,
like what are you trying to do in 2025 that is changing your whole set, like changing your whole mindset or changing your whole setup, or what are you doing different? So those, like I said, those are the conversations I've been having with a lot of content creators, especially since like their viewership isn't as high as they expect it to be or they've
right.
seen or whatever. So they're just trying to see what they can do to attract that audience again, and or to even just make themselves feel better. Some of us are starting to get burned out. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
another conversation I've been having a lot, is that burnout. And so it's like, okay, well, what are you doing, to not get burned out? Or when you reach that level of burnout, what do you do to to rekindle or to ignite your flame so that you can come back out here. So those are definitely the strong
Those been the
conversations I've been
questions.
having right now.
That's that
Yeah.
that's a good question. Like I think 24, my my main word was like diversify. Like I need to
Mm,
get on Twitter. I need to get on Kick. I need to get on Twitch because
yeah.
the beginning of 24, they made, when Twitch was having the big 70-30, 50-50 conversations when
Hmm.
Amazon
Yeah.
was kind of taking over with new CEOs. For me on
Hmm.
Facebook, we always had exclusive contracts, and they finally came out with this new gaming management team that said you guys will now be able to multi-stream. So I was like, oh, thank God. So
Wow.
this 24 was a year of me trying to prepare the multi-stream and to put my content in places it hadn't been. And I just knew when 25 hit, I said, man, I've been doing this type of conversation we have now. I've been doing it
Hmm.
for a long time, but I never packaged it in a way. I don't know if you're familiar with this podcast. It's called It's Up There Podcast with Big Loon. It's a dude on YouTube, and he's like a record exec type of guy from, but he has all these big guests. But his main thing is like whatever that your content you putting out, you have to package it. So it's like,
Ah,
you see what I'm saying? It's like I think a lot of us,
yeah.
especially people who experience burnout, just put content
Hmm.
out. You just hit the live button. You just throw things out. It's like, nah, go back and package it. So like when I
Hmm.
seen you doing the podcast, like the block is hot, I was like, okay,
Yeah.
that's something that's packaged. Like that's a thing. It can have a set number of episodes. It's on a certain time.
Hmm.
If a person has
Yeah.
missed a few weeks, they can go to like one spot and get all that. So
Yeah.
I was like, yo, I got to go back to
Yeah.
doing it because my tournament's on the website. We have series names for the big tournaments. I
Yeah.
said, let me go back to doing shop talk episodes. So every beginning of my stream, when I do this, I go back and take it as a podcast, put it on YouTube.
Hmm.
Then when I get burned out, I just go take clips and throw it on Twitter and Threads and
That
IG. And
There you go.
that's a way to combat the burnout because some days you get home and you like, I don't feel like
Oh,
I don't feel like
streaming.
doing this today. But then it's people that's waiting on you. They're like, lady, when you going
Yeah.
live? You like, but if
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
if every day I got videos going up on YouTube or going in the Discord or going on Twitter or wherever I'm posting it, that person, I'm like, yo, I ain't gonna be live today, y'all. But we got 5 episodes of The Block is Hot. If you ain't seen them, go comment, go
Hmm.
like, go
Gotcha.
share, go back and
Yeah.
rewatch
Yeah.
those. And then that's how a person
Yeah.
kind of can stay connected with you. So when you do come back,
Hmm.
their viewership might be higher because those people might come to talk to you about something that happened in one of those pods. So that's
Yeah.
what I've
One
been
of
trying
those.
to do
Uh,
because I realized the most successful people, it's taking them a long time to get
hmm.
where they're at. And you just have to remember that your best content is in front of you, is not behind. You ever deal with that? Like thinking about, like, man, like, am I ever gonna hit that milestone like I hit
Yo.
before?
Yo, yeah, it's awesome. I love that. Your best content is in front of you, not behind you. I love it.
So
Mm,
like, so
mm.
I don't want to ask your age, but you say you older. How old are you? I'm sure I'm older than you. I'm sure I'm older than you.
No, I'm 40.
I'm 42. All right, so just to say that, like Joe Budden, you know how big his podcast is. He did 7 years of podcast.
Yeah.
He didn't make a dime, but that was a platinum artist. So just think about doing podcasts
Oh,
for
so he
7 years
didn't.
and not making a penny off of it, being as successful as he was because he was independent. And now how big that podcast is, like Noriega,
Wow.
first platinum artist to
Hmm.
do songs with the Neptunes, Drink Champs. Like we know our former stars from, like, Club Shay Shay. You don't even know what team he used to play
Hmm.
on. But it's just the point of like
Yeah.
all the people that are successful now are more successful in their new spaces. So the space you
They
go
didn't
into
work
is
out
gonna
with
be
face.
more successful than any space you've been in. You just have to remind
Yeah.
yourself of that. You know what I'm saying? Like Cameron's a
Yeah.
platinum artist, and him and Mace just now got the what $30 million deal for one
Yeah.
year
For
of
the
podding, just because
pot
it,
and
it is what it is. Talk with Flea,
mm-hmm.
like they have like set stuff though. As long as we still packaging it where it can be
I
consumed
think.
anywhere, like it'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, I think that's actually awesome, and I love doing it over here on the kick side of things as well because I have more like I'm open. I can have more open conversation and do more things. As far as like these other platforms, they kind of restrict a lot of the words that you're saying, the things that you're doing, and so forth. Because when you're having a conversation with somebody, you want them to be open. I want you to
Right.
be yourself. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I do like it's something new I'm tapping into, but I do like doing it over here on the kick side. And like I'm able to keep all of that in my VOD section of Kick, so people can go out there and check on all of those episodes and so forth. So
Yeah, that's pretty dope. It's like that's the one thing that I always like. I'm not a person that have many regrets in my life, even though I've made
we do.
a gazillion mistakes. But to me, it's like
Hmm.
the one thing I wish I would have done is diversify. When I got to Orlando, I met with the head partner manager of Facebook. When we was in like this, they had everything laid out. It was like a DJ,
Yeah.
catered food. We was in a resort at a GCX conference, and he's like, "Y'all gotta diversify." And we just talking one on one. He's like, "I know what it looks like now, but you got to be where no matter what happens, your content can be
You got
consumed
something.
everywhere."
Yep.
And then that's like that's the mindset I've been in ever since. And the time that I feel like how much good content that I had, it's just gone. It's just lost. Like so, I try not to think of like I don't want to lose a moment. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I don't want to
Yeah.
lose a
Yeah.
moment of good content now because it only takes like one piece. It only takes one
It
piece
does.
for you to be viral and for you to be this next person that sees so much success from content and
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
you just one hit away because you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying like
Especially like
go ahead.
no, I was gonna say sometimes I play the game offline. Like I'll do things offline, right? And I will kick myself in the tail. I'm like, this would have been so great if I would have just turned on the goddamn stream like OBS. If I just would have turned my stream on, I promise people would have loved what just happened offline. Like yesterday, playing GTA with the homies and so forth. I'm talking about it was so much fun. We were having a good old time, and literally in the back of my head, I'm like, oh, this would have been so awesome if it was streamed. So yeah, I hear it. I hear you.
And then it's hard to recreate it, right? It's
Absolutely.
because to me it's like a podcast. Like in my mind, I might be riding around today. I might have 10 things I want to ask you. The moment I end this stream tonight and I go to sleep, I'm supposed to ask her this. It's like in your
Exactly.
head, but you want it to be organic. You want it to be natural. I'm not no person that's ever gonna have like a prompt sitting here saying because I just want to say
You
like
answer
what
these
natural come
questions.
up.
No script.
I wanted to because I've always been able to do it this way, and
Yeah.
but I have been one of the people that always try to connect with the female creators because I feel like you really have to make sure you embrace the female creators because if not, I feel like you create a natural enemy by or a whole new section. I can say this: the women have been always been more loyal than the guys when it comes
Yeah.
to content, just because I feel like it's not some natural, weird ego, pride, competition type of thing
Yeah.
where somebody's trying to outdo the next person. I think it's always been a little bit more genuine with the females. Have you felt that? The reason why you do a lot of content with guys and not females, have you felt any cattiness from doing content with other females?
I I would say this that I haven't really felt any type of like pushback or jealousy or anything from the female content creators that I've met. One thing I love about us over here, like we support each other, we are there for each other. But I haven't. I mean, but there's been some, I will say, some just a couple little things, but it's nothing that has been longevity. it may be like a couple little, but then it's like we cool. And then if it if let's say if we agree to disagree, then we go our own ways. It's not something we carry on.
Mm,
Simply, I think it's just because I mean we're all in this space, right? We need to respect each other. We need to respect the grind as well, right? So, but as far as I can say, like the majority of the females, I have not had any issues with any of the females that that I've come across. I love supporting the females content creators over here, and that's what we do. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, for sure.
So,
Yeah, that's
but I mean, but I have ran into some issues with like, male content creators.
talk to me. Talk to me.
No, I mean, I've ran into issues with males that, they see you they see you growing and then they not growing and they kind of get a little, they start saying their little words, behind your back or whatever. And then all of a sudden they used to be there, they're no longer there, right? And then
Mm.
you're kind of like, yo, what happened? And if you don't show concern as to why they disappeared, they get mad. And I'm like, yo, what do you want? It's like,
So, all
do
right.
you
So,
want to be my friend or not? It's
without prying too deep,
like,
what's some of the little things that they may say behind your back? I'm not saying this to
oh,
expose nobody or cause no drama. I just be wanting to know.
um, well, like, like I didn't play with them. It's for some odd reason, it's really like the playing the game with them, that they can kind of little frustrated about. It's like, oh, she over there playing the game with such and such and not me. And so I'm like, oh my God, yo, we can all play. There's enough lady to go around. Yo,
Get them
I've
some
had
milk.
that.
Get them
or
some milk.
or I've had like comments. People will say, people come in and be like, "Yo, lady, what's up?" Or to be like gorgeous or beautiful or hey girl, like stuff like that. And then I'm playing with the person. They're like, "Oh, they're calling you gorgeous." I'm like, "Yo."
Ah man, hey, look, tell them like they can tell you gorgeous and you pretty and you handsome too. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not like
Oh man, that's
stuff like that. I've had some crazy stuff. I mean, but the great thing about like this me, I don't hold grudges. I mean, if I'm holding a grudge, y'all, thank you for that follow. If I hold a grudge, it's probably because it's been three strikes or four, five.
mm,
I usually give people a lot of opportunities.
got
So if
receipts.
I am look, if I'm not talking, if we done drifted apart, it's probably because something crazy really did happen and we just don't need to be around each other, right?
That
But
makes sense.
I don't really have too many. I mean, I've run into into some stuff, you know what I'm saying, but experience has given me a lot of
Experience.
experience.
I got you. I got two times in my chat said what made you start streaming.
Okay, so before I streamed, hey, thank you for that raid. So I before I thank you so much for that raid. I appreciate it, hun. Um, before I started streaming, I actually used to sell jewelry on Facebook. I had a
Mm,
jewelry store, and I used to just like use Facebook as my avenue to get my jewelry out there. Right, I have a website and everything, so I would show it, and people would be like, "I want that, and that." I'll send them the invoice, they pay for it, and I send them their jewelry. So I used to do that on Facebook. So I kind of already had the interaction on camera and talking to people and stuff. What really got me to start streaming was I started playing Fortnite, and I played it with a crew, and one of the people that I played with was like, yo, like your personality is definitely a streamer personality. So, yo, thank you so much, you guys. I appreciate that lurk as well. So I was like, what? What do you mean? What is that? Because I didn't know anything about it. They're like, go to Twitch, go check it out. Because it was Twitch at the like Twitch was the thing. Go to Twitch, go check it out, right? And tell me what you think. So I went to Twitch. I started seeing these people playing the game and having a good time and shit. I was like, man, I can do that.
right,
so, so that's what happened. I just started it started off on my PlayStation. You know how you can stream through Twitch on PlayStation.
right.
It started from there, and then it started to Facebook that it has its own little streaming layout and so forth. And then I got OBS and we're here.
You on kick
So
now. So What do you think you
Yeah.
like best about Kick, or what introduced you to Kick as a new platform?
So Kick, I like Kick because I'm able to do a lot. Like I'm able to play music. I'm able to have, if I wanted to have a DJ, like a party, like a Discord party, and play music and have drinks and just have fun. I do that a lot, you guys. Um, I'm able to do that without any interruptions. I'm able to be fully me over here, right? With Twitch, you can be yourself. It's just a little it's just a little different, right? It's just
Yeah, a little bit
now
more
when it comes
restricted.
to the tech, yeah, it's like you're a little limited, right? They do have a lot of resources that you can use though in order to like make your stream nice. Kick is working on that. They just opened up or they're in the process of opening up their APIs and so forth, make them public. So now you can use a lot more of bots to have a lot more integration and so forth with the with your stream. They're still working some kinks out though, I believe. But once they start doing all that and adding these little plug-in tools that you can use right from the platform, I
Right,
think it'll take off. I literally do think it'll take off. But I do also believe that they're gonna end up restricting some things because it's
right.
costing them maybe a lot of money.
Yeah, they
So,
will at some point.
but yeah, but I do like the payout, of course.
Like instant
So
payouts and stuff.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
I'm glad that they
and
put
the
the Kick.
people,
I'm glad they put the Kick fully integrated into Streamlabs. They just recently done that. That's why I can
yeah,
now get all my chats on one screen. It used to be such a headache having four
yes,
windows
yes,
open to try to find everything.
yeah,
But I'm glad they did that because we had like the generic stream key to Streamlabs for the longest, and now
yeah,
they got you can log in straight to your Kick from Streamlabs.
yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. So I saw they're doing that also with Botrix or Botrix. With
Yeah, I
Botrix,
seen
you were having to log through Twitch, right? Now they opened it up. They have a Kick now, that you can log in through Kick now. So that's awesome. I'll be playing with that this weekend a little bit. But yeah, but they just did that. So yeah, I mean that's why. I mean that's why I started streaming. I hope that answered this question.
Yeah, you did. You know, they be having questions. I be reading them as we go, and I just put it in my head in a way to say it back, so it's like it don't slow you down. Because I never want to stop somebody's train of thought when they talking. Because it'd be
Yeah,
tough
yeah,
if I
yeah.
ask you something and I cut you off while you answering it to ask you another question. So I just let a person run, and then I kind of just throw it in where I can. How do we we had somebody's
I
wife
see this
on
in the chat.
a few days, like a couple pods ago, and they were talking about like the biggest deal breakers in their relationship when it came to gaming. And one thing that came up was like, how do people that know you and your family like interact, or how do they feel about you doing content?
Um, so I could do this from a work perspective, okay?
Okay.
Because from at work, my work family, right? They know I stream, right? I believe that they may have accounts over here and they watch me. Let me tell you how I know this. Because I'll be in a meeting and someone will say something that I've said on stream. And I'm like, you know, so I've been trying to play it cool, like, I don't know what you're talking about. So by knowing that, there are some things that I may have to kind of adjust. Like I used to have Freaky Fridays, okay?
Right.
And they used to get pretty freaky over here. So I've had to kind of like revamp that a little bit and kind of, now it's called Frickin' Friday for
Freaking
one.
Fridays.
And for two, we don't really like, we may have like little conversations here and there, but I kind of try to dial it down just because I know work family is probably watching and I don't want no trouble. So there you go. It's like you just have to manage it, right? You definitely have to manage it. And if you see people, be careful with your audience and them knowing too much about your family member because stuff can happen. There's some weirdos out here, yo.
It is.
So and misery likes company. So
Oh, it does. I think, I was telling you I had this it used to be called Buddha After Dark. This is like a long time
ooh,
ago. And it used to get so spicy that I was on like red flag to being canceled on Facebook at one point in time because I used to have like everybody that people liked in the community would be like part
Mhm.
of this thing on Friday nights. So we would get like we have the Henny out, we have the Patron out, and this
Mhm.
is like the hype of COVID era. I was kind of like the millionaire matchmaker. So I was taking
Ooh.
people and matching people, and it was people having relationships and stuff was coming out, and people was coming on saying things that people never thought they would hear, and like that's what got me. That's the first time I knew cancel culture was real because people were saying stuff, and it hadn't. I didn't even say anything. This is just me just asking questions, and people like kind
Yeah.
of getting a couple shots in and just kind of taking it and going. And I was like, I realized I was responsible for everybody who was commenting, everybody who came on, and whatever they said, because you can only
Yeah.
imagine if there was like you got a pretty good following on Kick, and
Mhm.
if you was having a show like that, and back then I'm talking about like 500-600 people in the chat, and I take like some of the popular female COD players or Apex or Fortnite, and they would get in,
Yeah.
and I would always ask them this one question, and I think that was the death of that show, is I asked somebody, I always used to ask them, if you could get a pass on somebody, who would it be? And people would answer so honestly that like the whole chat, like my chat would be on the screen, like shh. It would be like Neo in the Matrix, because like it might be like a popular female that everybody like, and she might say some woman. It might be a female creator, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, Crush is a girl."
Oh, didn't
And then
even know.
and I would have like the best of the best now. So like these were people
Yeah.
that was partnered. These people had huge followings, and they get on, and
Yeah.
the person they say might lose their mind. And one day it just kind of got out of control, and I was trying to stop it. I had to like get off screen. I had to call somebody's husband. It just got wild. I was like, this is not gonna work because I'm apologizing for something that somebody else said to somebody's old lady, and it
Dang.
wasn't
Yeah.
me. I got the person off the pod, and then I had somebody's wife talking about things they did, their husband didn't know about. I'm just like, listen.
I was like, oh.
I was
You're
like,
like,
I
what
don't
did
think
I
I could.
do?
This is just too much for me. And once
Like,
I realized,
y'all
like,
just
you can't control those type of pods, like they're gonna kind of go left.
can't.
But that's
You
what
can't
people come to
control what
see.
people say though. Like, you can't control come out people. You control what you ask them, but you can still can't control what people gonna say, right? I mean, this is live, people. This is
And
live.
it's live and it's unfiltered. And then that's when I realized like I had to cancel that. And people always ask me like, "Are you gonna bring it back?" I'm like, "No," because
You know.
I if I did, it had to be like an OnlyFans sub model or something like. And then again, like, do I
Yeah.
really want to go into the underbelly? Do I really want to go in?
Do you have OnlyFans?
No, I do not. It's only reason why. Like now, if I was like a single person, I have all that stuff. But it's like I got daughters. I'm like, I had to just put
Yeah,
myself
they'll
in a
find.
position like, what if my what if my girl stumbled on this one day? It don't have to be today. It
Yo.
could be 5 years from now. I'd be like, oh my God, my daughter just.
And it wouldn't even be them stumbling upon it'd be their friends. It'd be one of their friends that's, hey, did you know your dad? And then,
You know what?
it will,
That's a
oh
tough
my God.
conversation to have, and because like I know my wife would be like, how much money do it make? Get in there and do it. Like,
We need a
she,
light bill pay. Go on
she,
and
she
show it all.
go back out there, turn the camera back on. I need you to get in there and get that bag. Because that was a topic because I'll segue into this. I used to have some very 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 popular female creators on Facebook as part of my
Yeah.
imprint, and one thing that came about one time is this is like Miss Trigger Happy had made like a million. Corinna Koff had made like $1 million the first month she did OnlyFans. There's a lot of big
Mhm.
creators that were women that were on saying like, should I continue the game or should I just do OnlyFans? Because it's like if you talking about going your first month and making 100,000 or $500,000 in your first month at the time like they were making when it first hit, like
Yo.
like that check is real. So the women were getting mad because they was like now guys think that every female creator they come across that they can just say something that's like kind of explicit across the line, like invading their
Mhm.
boundaries or their space. And I was like,
Mhm.
some people are gonna like y'all because y'all are not that, and some people are gonna want that from you. But the realization that you are somebody's weird desire of their
Yeah.
girlfriend don't play games and you play games and you're engaging, or maybe you're out of their league
Mhm.
and hey lady Stan, hey how you doing, you look so good, hey how you doing, such and such. They might not ever get that back in their own
Yeah.
personal life,
In
and
real
that's their,
life. Yeah.
I don't want to say the word fantasy, but that's their affliction. And the same thing goes for guys too. You know, there's some guys that stream with their
Hmm.
shirt off, and you know they do whatever they need to
Some
do
girl.
to get their thirst
Look.
trap too. So that was the one
Some
question
girl be
that
like, "Hey boo," and they be like, "Hey boo." You're like, "Ooh."
that was a tough time though, because like I knew it. All my female creators was dealing with in that space of, even to the point that some of them would like wear all black and wear hats and stuff. Like they was like taking away all their sex appeal just to, and I'm like, girl, that ain't gonna work because they still gonna come in there like,
Mm-mm.
man,
They
I
still
sent $100 right now. Take that hat off, like.
look and be like, "Shoo."
Because you know that happened to some of my guy creators. That happened to Rival one time. A girl popped up and she's
Oh
like, "I'm gonna send
wow.
a dragon if you take your shirt off." And he was there smoking a blunt. And he's like, "Are you serious?" He was reading it. I could see his face like kind of squint like. And she's like, "No, I'm serious." And she sent the $100. And he's like, "Is this what we got to do to get views?"
Look, shoot, let me take this mug off. You want me to jump up and down?
so so with me prefacing that with this is, how much of you think is content creation like a fantasy world, like the real live metaverse for people having connections to people that they couldn't connect to in IRL?
I think content creation is, I was gonna say 100%, but I'll give it 95% fantasy world.
Mm.
I really do think so. I really think, I mean, we're anything behind a camera, it's not, we're not, it's not, yes, this is real. What you see is real, right?
Are you real?
However,
Hello, you might be an AI
I'm
bot.
real, trust. Look, I'm real. I'm real. But you can only see what's in this parameter, right? You can't see what's out here in this other side. You can't see what's over here on this other side, or you can't even see what's out this door. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't see, you can only see what me as a content creator is going to allow you to see, right? So because of that, I feel like it's fantasy. It's virtual. This is virtual, you guys. Now, when I went to that event and met, some content creators in person, right? Now we're in real life. Now we can see each other. I can see your mannerisms. I can see your reaction. I could see you truly in person because like I feel like people can get behind a camera like this and can act cannot some people aren't really who they're portraying to be.
Say it
They're
again.
just
Say
look,
it
some
again.
people, the people in the back are not who they truly are portraying themselves to be. You know what I'm saying? And when you meet them in person, they are a completely different person. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say 90. I say 95 because I leave that 5% for when you do have the opportunity to meet people in person, right? And then
Mm.
also you may know somebody. Like if you and I lived in the same city, I may know you in person. Like we may know each other in IRL. So that's within that 5%, right?
Yeah.
But 95,
Is is
this
is
is
is smoke and mirrors? Like, have you
yeah.
ever met somebody that you had such high regard for, and you seen them in person and was underwhelmed? And have you seen somebody that you didn't think nothing
Yeah.
of, and you seen him in person and said that person is way more impressive in person than they are online?
I've yes, not online. Well, okay, so I'm back. I come from the era of AOL, right? When they used to have the little era AOL
You got mail.
messaging and all that stuff. You got they used to have the chat rooms, you know what I'm
Oh my
saying? All
god,
that
them
stuff. I
chat
was
you that was toxic. That's a different level of
very
toxic.
toxic. Very toxic. Well, they used to have like teenage, chat rooms, right? And they would have them like in your city. You would have a chat room right in, people in your city and so forth. And there were a couple people that that I because I used to work, I used to work at the mall. Everyone goes to the mall, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I used to meet with people sometimes, and I had a friend who I was like, we talked on the phone and everything. I never seen him, never sent me a picture or anything. Was Voice was very soothing and very, our conversation was amazing and everything. But when we met in person,
Womp womp womp. Oh, the good old
I was
catfish.
like,
The good old
I was
catfish.
like, you said you were 6'5", you are 5'6". Like
Mm.
you said you were tall, dark, and handsome. You are,
Everything but that.
yes,
So how did you
not
react?
that.
Did you like instantly just say, "Oh no," or was it a situation where
No,
like, "I'm here, let me see what's up"?
no, like what I did was is that okay, like I'm not attracted to you, right? However, I still think that she said tiny, white, and weird. Yeah, but
Hey, that's tough.
Chad is crazy. So no, but I still had a relationship, right, with the person because we've talked on the phone, we've talked about our personal lives and so forth. So I just said, you know what, we could be friends. Like I have no, I mean, you ain't got to be fine. I ain't got to be sexually attracted to you to be my friend, right? So yeah, we just became friends, and I'm still friends with them to this day, actually. So but yeah, that's how I dealt with that.
That's tough. I'm gonna say like when we be going to these conventions, like there's always like this subgroup me and the homies got, me and the Vibe Nation homies, and they always like, bro, how do you be knowing 99% of the time if somebody really gonna look like they look on camera or if somebody's a complete catfish? They like, man, you be batting 1,000, like you never miss on who gonna be what. So they have like a checklist like who gonna look like they self and who ain't, and like I literally hit it on the
Go through.
head. Like I don't know.
It's horrible.
I got an uncanny ability to know if somebody's not what they
What
are
they're portraying to
what
be.
they portraying to be online.
But
So
how?
how
How though? Like,
I got a crystal ball.
I'm saying how.
I got a witch
Yo,
doctor back
little
here.
K.
I got, I got black
But I
magic.
just don't understand. How can I'm on camera. Like, you see what I'm
No, but see,
like.
this is the thing though. Like, it was the time like when I first got to Atlanta. I guess because of the way my camera is, everybody thought I was short. So when I walked in, they was like,
Oh,
dog, you. I was like, I'm not no
I
little
think I
dude.
heard you talk about that before in
And
your
it's funny because I
uh.
guess the way I'm sitting, I got bad posture in my chair. I be kind of leaning over, so I guess people
Oh, so it makes you
when they
look
seen
small.
come
Yeah.
in, and like it's another Madden creator that's real known on Facebook. His name Lazar, and there's like me and Lazar was standing. It's
Oh.
like, yo, Buddha and Lazar is like these dudes is tall. These are big guys. Like I was like, I guess people thought I was like 5'5" when I walked in the door. It's like ain't no way. So I mean stuff like that. I
Yeah,
get.
hi.
Then
I
people
will
be
say yes.
then people be
That's
like
true. That's true.
think your personality gonna be different when they see you or whatever. But this next part is something that we talked about
Uh-uh.
in the pods, and it has something to do with Love Is Blind. So I'm gonna ask you this question,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to wait till I can catch you off guard to ask you this. Now, this is something we went back and forth on, and there's no right or wrong answer. There's a couple
Nervous.
that get married on Love Is Blind. They fall in love,
Mm-hmm.
and as soon as
Mm-hmm.
he get home, his brother is like, yo, our best friend such and such, that was his Tinder hookup for like the last 6 months, and they was together 48 hours before she went on the show. After he came home to tell his family that he was in love with her, and his brother was like, "Yo, I just went on a ski trip with such and such," and he's 1,000% sure your wife is his Tinder hookup, and he came back and asked her, and it just went. The ratings had to be through the roof for this. So if you fell
Yo,
in love
that's
with somebody
juicy.
in the pods and you got home and your homegirl's like, yo, my cousin been with him, and right before he came on the show, how would you respond to that?
Okay, so how I would respond for one, oh, that's tough. I don't know which one to handle. Okay, I got a lot. Like, my first thought was that's jacked up, But then again, they joined the show because they wanted to find love, right? So when they were with that person, it was just a hookup. They probably just hooked up and that was it. Um, he probably wanted to get that last hookup. You know what I mean? I can understand. I probably want to get that last hookup too. You know what I'm saying? Because you might find it when you love them on this show. So I could understand. I'm very understanding. Like, let's be real, right? You came on a show to find love. You knew that you had a feeling that you probably were going to find love on the show. You got your last, you know what I'm saying? And now you're on the show, you found love. I'm the one you love. So I wouldn't trip about it. I wouldn't trip about it. Now, the only way I would trip about it is if you continue to communicate with this person, right?
But this is a friend of the family. Like, this a person that's, when he was getting ready to bring the girl to introduce the family, this is a person that would have been there.
Okay.
That's
so. He just not gonna be talking to cousin for a while.
Listen, when they both walk in and lock eyes, you can. I'm watching y'all too. So that's
you better not be looking at her booty.
And everybody was 50-50 split on it because the guy was such a deal breaker because he was like, why didn't we talk about this? Like, we had 1,000 chances to talk about when your last relationship, when your last hookup. He felt like she should have said, I was seeing somebody before the show, but when I came on the show, I cut it off. Because other guy was saying, nah, like, we still, I wasn't expecting her to go on the show, and I'm thinking her to come back home and we would get busy when I get back from the ski trip.
Wait, so no, then that's lying. So no, because they do have that conversation while they're in the pods. Like, when was your last, if he told me, I hooked up with somebody before we got on here and all that stuff, then you're being open and honest about it, right? I would still ride or die.
Ride or die. That's interesting to hear. You understand? Like, because I don't judge one way or another, because when you going on the show, you saying you need help in finding love and you make bad decisions.
No, it's not.
I just know myself, and it's like, to me, just tell me up front so I ain't looking crazy. Because he got home to brag, and then, like, her excuse was, I forgot to tell you. And he wasn't serious. It was just somebody I was just clapping with. And to him, he was saying he would rather her say it was somebody that you had a connection with. It just wasn't working out and y'all broke it off. He's like, because in his mind, he was like, how I know y'all not about to go, if something go wrong with us, you right back.
You right back, yeah. Yeah.
Because I mean, you seen the Montoya clips, right? Online.
Yeah.
That's what every guy be thinking when she say, like, that right there is a great visualization of why, when she's like, no, we were just friends. You get to think Montoya. Porque.
Yeah. Porque.
Your bread was shaking about to break. My boy running down the beach. It's like, that's your worst nightmare is thinking about your significant other getting crashed by somebody, especially somebody you know. And it might be that he knows the guy, and it's like, oh, this dude is a dirtbag. I know he did her dirty. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's my wife. Because like you said, I don't think it's a chance he could be friends with that friend of the family after this, if he does marry her. Yeah. That's going to be awkward at Christmas, Thanksgiving, family outings. Then we have kids. Like, oh, yeah. You know I could have been your daddy, right? You know, like,
and I'm gonna tell you, you're not coming to the wedding. Like, I'm sorry, no. You won't be coming to the wedding.
But that's the thing, though. How do you go from somebody that's close enough that was gonna be there when you brought the wife home to, man, I can't talk to you. We can't kick it. We can't skate with you. I don't want to skate with you. I don't want to kick. It's like you're gonna have to excommunicate this guy, and all of his family. All of his family is like, oh, she used to be with John. Like, his whole family is like, nah, bro, like, like,
I think time. It had to be some time in there, because I know they get married, on the show, whatever. I don't think that's like fully legit, but they do, they say they get married and everything. I would say that it just has to be time. Um, if that's my love, you know what I'm saying? If that's my teammate, because I'm very into like if you are with someone, right? If you are serious and you're with someone, that's your teammate. You guys are going to ride or die for each other. You guys are going to be there for each other as team members, right? So if we're team members and we're experiencing a little bit of a hiccup, right? Then time is going to help, help settle some of this, especially something like this. I'm like, okay, everybody knows that now me and such are together. Yes, he probably was hitting my cousin and whoever, you know what I'm saying? But now we're just going to have that time so everyone can say, okay, they are serious, right? Because that was not obviously something serious. That was just a hit it and quit it. But now we are in a serious relationship and so forth. So that time is going to have to, help that out.
For sure. Now,
And you better not be messing. You better not
oh
be
my God, you
messaging.
double back. It's that's crash out mode. Now I'm gonna use that question to ask this question: have there ever been male creators that were intimidated by you?
think so.
You don't
That
think
I
so?
know of.
That you know of?
Nobody's
You
really.
you like if it did happen, they probably didn't tell me.
I mean, it could be why some of the male content creators are no longer in my area, like in my,
In your space.
because I probably, yeah, because I may have intimidated them. Like I'm, how some males, if a female's doing better than them or something like that, they get a little.
They
So
feel some type of
that
way.
might be a reason, but nobody's ever told me that, so I can't really.
Yeah, that's one thing I hate about the internet. If somebody got an issue with you, they they never tell you. They just stop coming around, which is a
Yeah,
difference than
yeah.
being somewhere IRL. That's why I've always people are like, man, you such
Hmm.
like you've been partner for so long. How you so open? I'm like, my thing is, unlike that Twitter situation, I would much rather a person call me, get in Discord. I'm open on my
Hmm.
Discord every stream I've ever been in because I'm like, please voice your opinion. I promise you, you're not gonna get no blowback from me. I'm not gonna cuss you out. I'm not gonna be yelling and screaming
Hmm.
on the mic. Tell me what's going on so we can resolve this issue. Because I don't need nobody. Because the communities are too small. Like if me and you is cool and we have like a bad outing, everybody who rock with you is no longer rocking with me, and vice versa. And it
Hmm.
split hairs, and people that support us both is like, you know what? I'm gonna just ease up from both y'all because I don't want to pick sides. I think like that happens a lot, so that's why I try to leave the door open because I'm like, please let us be able to communicate and talk, and that's why originally I thought of you when that situation came up. I said I need a female in. Sunny D, I was trying to get you in here too as well, to hop in one day, but it's just one of them things where I wish that as creators in the community, people would really talk about
Communicate.
issues and work together on more issues because
Yes.
this industry is so huge and we are such a small part of it. And there's a section of people that think you can't win if I'm winning or it ain't enough to go around. Like it is so much to go around for
Oh
everybody
yeah.
to not be intimidated to work with people or work through issues. It's not gonna make you look soft. It's not gonna make you look weak. You're not
Yeah.
any of those adjectives if you work through an issue and turn the other cheek to go through a situation.
Hmm.
Because I hate
No,
that the
I agree.
females feel like they have to make a safe space to to like basically shield themselves. Because everybody might not be as strong and is what's the word for it? As you come from a professional background. Everybody don't have that set of life skills to be able to navigate tough situations,
Like
knowing that you
conflict
like still
solution.
have to keep like take the high road a lot. Everybody don't have that. Some people shut
Yeah.
down.
No. No, I agree. Having, conflict, what do they call it? Conflict resolutions. And so like having crucial conversations and stuff like that. Not everybody has that corporate background to be able to handle stuff like that, right? They're just going to handle it. A lot of people just handle it upon emotion, upon a feeling,
Mm,
right? Instead of stating the facts and stating the facts and kind of removing feelings off of it. Because, when it comes to crucial conversations and stuff like that, feelings will make things rile up, right? But stating facts is what kind of brings everything to an equilibrium and then kind of make people have that agree to disagree or agree and just just keep it moving, right? um but yeah, I agree. Like when it comes to content creators and having issues or facing, whatever, instead of just going doing, instead of turning moving away and still having that burden, right? Because it's a burden.
It
You're
is.
gonna you know people, I know people, people come to you, people come to me, and then like if I'm somewhere and then you pop up or whatever, it's weird, it's awkward, you know what I'm
It
saying?
really
So
is.
so if you were just to be able to go into a space, Discord, DMs, whatever, and just have that conversation and just, be open and say, hey, safe place. Say what you got to say. If you want to cuss me out right quick. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you a little bit. I'll take it if that's what makes you feel. But I have something to say too. You know what I'm saying? Let's just
For
let it
sure.
out so that we can come together and grind this thing out. Because, like you said, our brands are there, right? They're
Right.
there. They're getting hit every day. We get on here, something someone says in the chat or something, like people are waiting to see how you're going to react to
Mm-hmm.
it, right? And if you react to it crazy, then your brand's going to get hit with that crazy. If
Right.
you handle it mature and you handle it like, sometimes it's always good to say, hey, I read what you said. Let's take that offline. We can chat about it
Oh,
offline, you
for
know what I
sure.
mean? And go there. So I mean, so yeah. Communication, I always say, is like the biggest thing, not
Yeah.
just in relationship, but in your brand, like your brand.
Yeah,
So
that's a great answer because like sometimes like I can hear the perspective of somebody else and the way you said it is, sometimes what I try to get people to understand is let's say it's 20 people watching you right now. You don't know who those
mm-hmm,
20 people are. And it might be like 10 people that comment regularly every time you say something. But those other
mm-hmm,
10 people could be somebody that hates you. It could be somebody that love you, that never tell you they're there. And whether they stay and support or whether they leave and talk bad about you could be
mm-hmm,
100% based on the way you handle situations with other people. Because it's not ever going to be
mm-hmm,
like, I directly said something to you and you like, I don't fool with him no more. It's more like, ooh, the way he handled that
mm-hmm,
situation, I ain't gonna say nothing, but I'm off the block. I'm not even I don't want that to be me because if he say that to me, then we gonna go extremely left. So I think that's one thing to
mm-hmm.
know, and I'm glad you said it in content, is that you never know who's
Yeah,
watching. So
you
like,
don't.
who is somebody that you haven't worked with that like who would be like your dream collaboration of people that you like? Oh, I
Ooh,
wanna connect with this person one day. Like it could be the biggest person or it could just be somebody that
ooh.
you admire.
You know, there. You know who Lauren is? Lauren. Forget her last name. But Lauren, she streams here on the Kick on the Kick side. I want to say Lauren Shay. Anyways, her. I would love to collaborate with her. I we kind of we talk when I'm in her chat or whatever, we talk or whatever. But to have something like this with her, I would love to have her on the block is hot one day. I
It
really really
look,
would.
just say this. Like I said, your best content is in front of you. Now behind you, it's going to happen. You like what the old people say. You gotta claim it. Like
You
it's just one
gotta
of them
claim
things.
it.
Like to me, I've ran across so many people that are huge in the space that I never knew
Yeah.
anything about me, but apparently they do. I got
Hmm.
like big plans of like people I like to work with in the future, and I just think it's like the time and the consistency of like branding the content to the point where though that girl that you just mentioned is gonna want to be on
Hmm.
Block is Hot, and you ain't even gonna have to go
Oh.
go get her. Because I mean, when we did me and the person I had my first podcast with in the gaming space was Bleed, and
Oh.
when we did our podcast at first, we was reaching out to people and people was like, nah, and like it took like maybe a month, and then those same people, we were interviewing people that were so much bigger than them that they was coming to us and
Yeah.
was like, nah, it's like
Dang.
the roles flip. That's why I never look down on nobody if they got
Yeah.
one follower
Yeah.
or they the biggest or the smallest. Like you could be up or down in the content
Yep.
space. Look at Doctor Disrespect, like the stuff that he had, or Diddy or
Yep.
anybody. Like you could be erased in a matter of seconds in the in the internet world. But I always try to
Hmm.
treat everybody with respect because you don't know who gonna be the next hot person. It probably was
You
somebody
don't
one day
know.
that told Casa not and all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to stream with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
And
don't
it's
want to
like,
talk to you.
oh
Yeah.
my God, what did I do? It's like, what
Look,
was I
what did you
thinking?
do?
Like, what was I thinking? Because when I went to some of the gaming conferences and I'm like, yo, I interviewed that person. Okay, I interviewed that person. That person came on the
Oh
pod.
wow.
Because we had everybody, and at the time I'm thinking like we went from like we couldn't get nobody on the show to like everybody was there. So I know it can be done. And I'm saying like the things that you got going, like I just appreciate like your personality and the energy you bring because I'm a person that the people I admire do things I can't do. I'm not a hater. So
Oh.
like you have a this thing about you where like you always appear to be in like this happy, positive like bubble you be in. I'm like, man, I wish I
Oh.
had that because because I can't. Like a part of the thing about my personality is like, man, if I ain't feeling it, I'm gonna let it out. Like, man, listen, this ain't it. But you got this thing that I enjoy about your content that like I don't know if it's like when you go on the radio, the urban radio, and you
Hmm.
hear this voice, like you
Hmm.
like one of them people that's like in the morning, like my coffee ain't even hit, and you on the radio talking, and it's like 6 a.m. and you laughing. I'm like, man, she always in a good mood. That's what I think when I see your content. So just like giving you your flowers now. Like
Thank you.
I appreciate your
Appreciate
personality
that.
because
No,
everybody don't
I
have that,
appreciate
and some people you might need to bottle that up because there's some creators that I'm like, are you having fun? Are you
that. Are you?
you might you
It's
might
like,
need to
are
turn the
you
game off and go
okay?
to sleep.
Turn it off. Turn the stream
Like
off.
I don't even think a cold beer could help you right now or a
No,
drink.
I don't think a shot. Look, I don't think
You
I
need
think a shot's gonna make you angry.
right.
Don't
You
do
might break
it
everything in that room. You don't look happy because I think that's one
at
thing,
all.
one part of the service that I've always tried to say. Even if days when I did want to hit that button and didn't want to go live, like man, it's probably
Yeah.
somebody having a worse day that I've had somebody told
Hmm.
me recently that a person, and I won't put that person out there, put their name, but it's like this person. I was talking to them in chat one night, and I don't know what made me say something to them specifically, but that person was like suicidal at the time, and they back
Oh.
kind of like that. They had a conversation. They kind of backed that person off the ledge. If you seen a person, you be like
Hmm.
that person, you be like, but you don't know what the person going
Hmm.
through in their own personal
Hmm.
life. That your content or whatever you're doing is like that person's happy part of their day. Because we have replaced cable TV.
Yeah.
We
Yes, we have.
we
Because I don't even
replaced
watch TV like that.
network TV. Sometimes they rather come hear
Yeah.
what you think about the TV show than watch it. So
Yeah. 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 What you said right there is my why. It's my absolute why that you don't know what people are going through that are watching you. And it could be a smile, it could be a word of affirmation, it could be just playing a game with them or just playing the game, and doing something that they don't, that they're not aware of, or them just watching you play the game will get their mind off of whatever it is that's going on, right? Um, that's my why. There's plenty of times, and Thicky, she's the young Pug who's in my chat right now. She's been following me since I first started, right? There's times that I have said, no, I do not want to go. I do not want to stream. I don't want to go on here. There's been times that I said I don't even want to stream anymore. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? But just knowing that, yo, I know that if I don't turn the TV on, someone is going to miss out on something that's going to encourage them or is going to change them or it's going to just give them a few minutes of not having to think of whatever it is that they're going through, right?
mm.
Make that happy, safe place for them, right? Um, that's why I do this. I don't do this for financial need or anything like that. It's nice,
Right, right, right.
but I really do this because of my community, because of the people that come and watch um and are able to be themselves in the chat. Not disrespectful, but are able to be themselves
Oh
in the
yeah.
chat, right? And we able to have that conversation and so forth. So that's that. This smile, this energy is not free, guys. I also go through a lot. I go through a lot to get here. My heart is huge. I love hard. I just my heart is huge. With having a big heart, is great, but it does come with some issues because some
Oh
people
yeah.
do take advantage of that, right? But that's when those
Mm.
boundaries and all that stuff, it's
Mm.
hard for me to set boundaries because I love hard and I want to help and make sure other people are happy and so forth. But boundaries have been set, sir.
Yeah, that's a thing that it's a content creator that he's battling cancer right now,
Oh wow.
and his name is Humdrum. And I
Money
remember,
Mike.
like, in the height of our podcast and like game when my podcast was like all gaming like years ago. I remember he asked me one
Hmm.
time. He's like, "Do you ever regret putting so much energy into Vibe Nation and not yourself?" And that's like the toughest
Cool.
question anybody ever asked me in content, because I
That's good.
can I can level with you when you said you you have a big heart and you can sometimes get backbitten or snake, and when you help people and those
Hmm.
people turn and flip and feel like you haven't done enough for them, or in a certain situation you didn't take their side, even when you being honest with them
Mm.
saying, hey, you're wrong.
Hmm.
Like I think you should handle that completely different. um
Yeah.
that was the toughest question, because at the time there was no way for me to answer that question, because I had this collective group. I had everybody that
Mm.
want to be part of this group. Everybody that was in this group was successful and really winning and eating. And I was able to put people
Mm.
on and put people in positions like instantly quick. Because I remember, like, you probably don't know this girl, but her name is Lenny. Lenny's Layer. She
Mm.
was a COD streamer on Facebook, and there
Mm.
was a one time she was my mod. And shout out to her and Pete, because they the one bought me this chair. But
Uh-huh.
she said she wanted to stream. I said, well, we gonna make sure you successful in this situation. And before she ever pushed the live button one time, she created this
Mm.
page and she had over 1,000 followers before she ever went live. So like her page was
Wow.
monetized. She clicked live. There was like hundreds of people in her chat. Facebook Gaming was in her chat. She had like
Wow.
she got like 10 grand in like the first week. It was crazy. And there was like every
Wow.
big creator on the platform that was trying to date her. I'm talking about from you. I don't want to put their names out there, but there was an original 40 streamers on Facebook, and these guys were all
Yeah.
on some contract for like $500,000 or something. And these guys was
No.
all on her. They was trying to fly her out. They was pulling up, and
Jill.
she was
Hmm.
just talk to me sometimes like, I'm overwhelmed by this. Like, there's guys that want to buy me a PC today. Like, there's guys that want to do this, and she's just like, I just want to stream. And I told you that's what made her wear a black hoodie and a black hat and sit in the
Mhm.
stream room with all you can see is her nose ring. And it's like she had the hat low, brim low. All you can see is the flow. Like, she had the hat like New York
Yeah.
Yankee fitted with the black hoodie. And I said, I felt bad. That's why I always like have females in the camp, because I'm like, they could do some amazing things. And now the female creators I
Mhm.
got, the stuff that they had to go through, CK and Chrissy, and some of the ones that still Mickey, some of the ones that still make content, and just to see what they had to go through. That's why I always be wanting different perspectives, because even yours is different than theirs.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest, I think of all the females that I've ran across, you probably got one like the strongest personalities, where I think like somebody not gonna cross you. You kind of
Mm.
have this thing about you, like, yeah, we gonna play all day, but don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do
Don't do
it.
it. But I think it's your
I won't do it in public. I won't do it in public. I mean, I'm if I might say one word. Let's just say if I say something to you strongly in public, it's because you've already done it too many times and it's time for me to put you in your place. But I typically try to do things behind the scenes so that,
yeah.
ain't too much, you know what I'm saying? Not too much spice out there, you know. But yeah, don't try me.
Yeah, but I think it's like the positive part though, that somebody would feel bad saying something to you anyways,
I think.
because you just like
Eh,
you be, because I mean, like, you be smiling, you like, listen, don't do it, like,
don't do
just that look. I think
it.
sometimes that's kind of the energy I try to put out. Like, I'm in such a good space, don't do it, because if I crash out, it's gonna be
Yeah.
bad. Like, just can we
Well,
just have
even
fun?
trolls. Yeah, like even trolls, man, I'm gonna tell you, trolls will come on my chat and say some crazy stuff, okay? And I'll read it, and I'll be like, oh man, like, I just kinda play with it. I don't like, and of course they get banned or whatever, but I don't try to make whatever it is crazy that they're saying bring the energy down. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
for sure.
Because I stream to get energy as well. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm out here to try to let the day go by, let
Right.
my day like let loose, you know what I'm saying? So to see crazy stuff in the chat, to me sometimes it's funny. I ain't gonna lie, because they be saying some crazy
Yeah.
stuff.
I appreciate good trolls. The bad trolls,
Me
I'm like,
too.
bro, come on,
Come on.
man. You got
You can do better than
you can do
that.
because I had this always had this thing. I never block trolls. I never ban them. And if
No,
they
I
say
do
like
not,
some
Money.
sexually explicit stuff, like and I gotta block it so they don't build the chat
Yeah,
up and make other people
yeah,
uncomfortable. But I
yeah,
did away with my moderators at one point, and I was like, I don't need no mods. I don't need nobody blocking, banning nobody. Come on,
yeah.
because my
So
trolls is
I'm
different.
trying.
My trolls is different, man.
Yes, yeah.
My trolls will make people turn their page off.
My trolls is they just be talking about me. They just be like, they'll say something about me crazy or whatever. They'll say something a little too sweet, a little too nice
Oh
about
yeah,
me or whatever the case may be. But it's funny you say stuff about mods. Like I'm trying here and there different things with my mods. I found out a couple days ago that I had like over 18 mods, and I was like, ugh.
18.
I was like, I need
Oh
to
man,
exactly.
and
I
you
need to
got a
bring this
squad.
down. You know what I'm saying? A whole basketball team. No, but seriously, like I had to like bring it down a little bit. So like trying to, like I said at the beginning, it's like goals, right? Now I'm just trying new things to see what I can do to reach those goals, right?
Right.
And yeah, so yeah, communication is key.
Yeah,
Let's just put
it's
it like that.
that like see with my mods, I was like when I let them go, a lot of them became successful content creators or they had other things that they need to focus on. And I was just like, look,
Yeah,
all right, I don't need any mods right now. But if I ever
yeah,
bring anybody back, I might have somebody
yeah,
who like handles all thumbnails. I might have somebody that's like,
yeah,
I need you to manage everything that you see that I'm connected to on Twitter. Find new groups,
yeah,
find new people. Boom, I need one person for IG. I need somebody for threads. I need like I think if I ever bring back a
yeah.
mod team, it'll be more like a street team of marketers, not I need somebody to help me with
In
the
the
actual
chat, yeah,
stream, because moderators can be an important tool because the way we rock was like we had a chain of raids, so we had 23 creators.
hmm,
Like it's always somebody from our group on just raid that person, or if somebody need to
yeah,
get verified, okay, we're gonna spam raid that person this week
yeah,
and make sure they
hmm,
hit the number this month, or like we did stuff like
yeah,
that. So those are important to have
yeah.
a built-in support base, and that's if I ever get big enough again, like I won't have moderators. I'll have like little mini managers, and I try to pay
Little
them,
mini
a little
managers.
something so they'll.
Yeah, yeah.
This is a lot of
I
work.
mean, that's actually helpful. It is. I was about to say,
A lot
like,
of work.
putting them on the street like that, they don't understand how helpful that is because being one and having to do all of that marketing, all that networking, all of the designs and making sure like everything, the equipment, everything, like you literally do need a squad. You need a little squad, right?
You
You
do.
need a squad that believe in you and see the success in you too. So yeah, I just never thought it'd be like this. I
You
never
you
thought
didn't
it'd
think
be
it's gonna
like this.
like what was your initial thoughts when you started? Like what did you think like success was to you at the time, and what do you think success will be for you now, like going forward?
So my goal right now is I would love to become verified here on Kick, right? I have all of the requirements except for one, which is at 75 interaction or whatever, which everyone's like, or 75 people watching, like interacting and watching your stream, 75 or more. Um, I'm literally close, like I'm literally tap dancing on it. It just hasn't, I haven't reached it. I don't really focus on the numbers like that because my thing is, I just want to have fun, right? So when I first started, I never really thought of it. I never thought about following. I never thought about any of that. I just wanted to play the game and have a good time. Success at that time was playing the game with friends, laughing, and just, if you're there, you're there. If you're not, you're
Right.
not. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, that's still kind of the same goal. It's just to have a good time. I came into this having a good time. I want to continue to have a good time.
Right.
And I feel like being authentically me and having a good time with friends and so forth is what's bringing up my following and my viewers and building my community and so forth. So if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? So
For
it's
sure.
really not broke in that area. Um, However, the creativity around like my lights, my background, my room, my equipment, how can you see me a little bit more crispy? How can things look a little bit better and so forth? What catches a viewer's eye when they're going through stuff, right?
Right.
Um, that's what I'm kind of trying to tap in. I'm in a streaming room now. Before I was in my den, so now I'm
Right.
in my streaming room, and I just actually today is the second week of me being in here. Um, so those are the areas that I'm trying to kind of like tap in. What can I do different? Like engagement with my community. What can I do different to engage them and have them join me in certain things, right?
Mm.
Stuff like that. Yes, numbers. Numbers are
Yeah.
awesome. We want to reach numbers. But my concern is like people don't watch me because of numbers. People watch me because they want to have fun. They
True.
want to have a good time. They want to laugh. They want to enjoy themselves. Um, so that's where I'm kind of like tapping into is how can I relate with my audience so that we can continue to grow together and
Mm.
bring people in to have a good time. That's really where I'm focused on. The numbers will come.
For sure.
They haven't gone down. They're
Right. Right.
they're going up. So they're going up, but it's just tunnel vision too,
Tunnel
right?
vision. I got you. I got you. Yeah. It's
Tunnel vision.
my
Do
my
not
goal
compare
was
yourself to nobody.
my you cannot compare your content or anything numbers wise or
Hey
success to
HD.
nobody. It will kill you as a
Yeah,
content creator if you start comparing.
absolutely.
It'll bury you because you start second guessing everything. But my thing is like
Everything.
I just want to be consistent and execute the things that I told myself I was gonna do. So like whatever I said I
Mm-hmm.
was gonna do for 25, I have to do it. So when I look back at the end of the year, I'm like, did I post enough on YouTube? Did I do enough shorts? Did I interact with the people I wanted to interact with? Did I shoot my shot at a few things? Was I able to do
Mm-hmm.
some stuff IRL and do this? If
Mm-hmm.
I did those things, whatever's supposed to come to me, whatever God say, bro, you gonna get this, it's gonna come no matter
Mm-hmm.
what I
Let's
do.
go do it.
I could, I could cry, I could kick, I could scratch, I could do whatever. But if I lie to myself and say I'm gonna do all these things and don't do it, when I look back on, it, I just say like I had to execute the plan, and that's
Yeah.
the fun in it because you don't know what video is gonna go crazy. You don't know what stream you're gonna
Don't
get
know.
crazily supported in. You don't know when you're gonna have moments. And I think like
Yep.
you just have to put your stuff out there and execute like the vision of what you wanted
Yep.
to portray to the world, and then just let the chips fall.
I like how you said to exit, like for you to execute what you decided to execute, like the things that you're saying that you're gonna do, the shorts, the streams, all the videos, and all that stuff. Like you're focused on that, right? It's not. I want to get 100 followers on this day, or it's not the numbers that you're focused on. It's the action that you're doing to get your following. You know what I'm saying? But it's
Right.
the action. It's the things that you're doing. Because if you're satisfied with that, then you don't care about the numbers and nothing. You're already like, yo, I'm doing the work, right? I did what I said I was gonna do. I did it to the best that I can. So I'm happy with myself, right?
Oh, for sure.
The numbers will come. You just have to execute the plan.
Yeah, because like I can't go the first 6 months of the year, the first quarter, and look back and say, man, I was supposed to do some content with Lady Stan and never do it. Like, dang, okay, that was
Yeah.
one. Man, I was supposed to do these 3 tournaments in March. I didn't do those 3 tournaments.
Yeah.
Okay, I missed that.
Yeah.
I was supposed to work out so many times. I was supposed to fast. I was supposed to do this. I was supposed to do that. And you look back
Hmm.
and say, man, you really cheated yourself. Like your success in the things that you wanted didn't come because all the
Because you
things you
didn't.
told yourself you was gonna do, you was lying to yourself. Like you didn't actually do it.
Hmm.
But if you do all them
Hmm.
things and you look back and say, "Hey, man, that's what I got," it wasn't because I didn't
I did
try.
what I could.
Right?
Exactly. It's not what I didn't
I just gotta
try.
do my
So,
part. I gotta put my time
exactly.
in because what's meant for you gonna come, and
Yep.
you gotta do your part. If you don't do your part, you can't complain to nobody but yourself.
Exactly. There ain't no boots to the ground. You ain't go nowhere. You ain't moving.
Man, you gotta put the work in. And just because you
Yeah.
put the
Yeah.
work in, there's there's no guarantees that you gonna get
None.
you gonna get a follower, a like,
Nope.
a penny. There's no
Nope.
guarantee that your whole setup won't catch on fire behind you while you stream. Like
Yo,
none of that. you know,
you might lose followers.
right? I've seen it happen. I've seen people lose followers after doing some of their like biggest accomplishments, and I have to remind my daughter that sometimes, and she's like, "Daddy, I had so many views on this dance video, and this dance video I did better." And I like, baby, just put the videos out when you say you're gonna put
Just
them
do
out,
it. Put it out
and
there and be happy that you did that. Look what you did. Look what
right,
you did.
just post and go, baby. Just post and go,
That's
cause
it.
when
That's
you
it.
look back on it, the question remains like you said you was gonna put 5 videos out a week on your YouTube, baby. Did you do it?
Hmm.
Did you put them
Yeah.
videos out?
Yep.
Did you do your
Yep.
homework? Did
Yeah.
you like those are the things that I try to teach her is like because what I do is my mind is a lot of people that know me and know me like see me out and be like, oh you I'm like no. I'm only gonna be like a drop in the bucket to what I want my daughter to be. Cause it's like she been playing
Mm.
mouse and keyboard since she 5. I can't play mouse
Wow.
and keyboard right now. I can't. She, she can do it. She got a controller for Christmas last Christmas, and she didn't like it. like, baby, you, she's like, Dad, you can have
What?
this back. I ain't want this controller. So, I'm just like, all right, she a mouse and keyboard, baby. And
Oh,
my thing is like, I just want her to be like so much bigger than I ever thought I could be in content because
that's
she like
awesome.
it. So, but I let her
Yeah.
naturally be her as dance videos, as Roblox, it's her doing crafts and stuff, playing with her sister or
Yeah.
something. So I just let them do that, and then my hope is that like, I get to like I said, my best content is in front of me and not behind me. But I also
Hmm.
want to look up one day and like, man, my daughter is like huge in this space, in the content space, and it might not be gaming, it
Yeah.
might not be crafts, might not be dancing. She might find some different part of content that she fall in love with. But at the end of the
That
day,
taps
like
into it.
that's my little twin,
Hmm.
man. She I was like
Aww.
watching her play mouse and keyboard depressed me. So I'm like, man, I'm such an old
I
head.
can't.
Like
I can't do it. My hand be cramping up. I'm like, oh, I can't do
right.
it.
And like if she just be having the mouse like just doing all right. She's like, Daddy, it's easy. She do. I said,
No,
oh my
it's
God.
not.
But
Yeah, and I have nails too, so it's like
yeah,
I can't hit the right button. I'm
that's a whole
like,
different skill set playing the game. But I want to ask you before like because I ran out of questions. But you got anything for me tonight? Any questions? And regardless of whether you do it, don't, you always welcome to join the Discord.
Aw.
Always welcome to hop in and comment or be part of anything that I do because I love having the female creators because they bring a different energy. It's like you can only have Sausage Fest for so long that we had the female energy that come around that,
You
especially
need
when
some
we potting.
messaging around sometimes.
Yes, especially when
Calm
we
that
potting
down
and
a little
doing
bit.
stuff.
No, you're right about that. So I have a question for you.
Shoot,
Because I know you're a big shot in Facebook. I know you are.
I'm not. I'm not.
But
In my mind, I'm
look
not.
at me.
But some people say otherwise.
I mean, you every time, never mind. So, okay, I know Facebook is actually going like, I don't see too many people streaming that much in Facebook and so forth. And I know that there was a time that Facebook was the thing. Everybody was streaming on Facebook, everybody was watching streams, on Facebook and interacting and so forth. It went through a desert moment. Might be still a little bit deserty over there.
Yes.
What are you doing? Because you still stream on Facebook,
I'm
right?
live on Facebook
What?
now.
How are you push? Like, how did you push through all of that and
Um,
continuing to push?
you and me be honest.
Hmm.
Like I knew it was coming. Like this is like the great purge
I,
of content. So, like I said, when I was in Orlando, you know, as creators, we kind of like there's like the Wizard of Oz, right? Everybody knows the story, and the Wizard of Oz is just somebody behind the curtain, and it's the yellow brick road. When I got to see behind the curtain, it was like
hmm.
M Night Shyamalan, The Village. It was like the president when they get briefed on Area 51, and they have
uh,
that. Oh my God! Like you get to see behind. When I got to see behind the curtain, I came back from Orlando, and like I was kind of shell shocked, and I called a meeting from all the creators. I said, "Hey, you mad at all the wrong people. The things y'all frustrated about, it's not what you think it is.
Yeah.
The things that you should focus on is not even in the wheelhouse, and the things that you think is important is not important at all." So I was like, we got to
Mm.
start diversifying as a group. But at the time, when
Mhm.
we like Facebook was hitting the desert, and people were so frustrated.
Mhm.
And I'm like, no, y'all don't understand. Like, you know when Caesar was on Planet of the Apes and he had that stuff that could change all the apes and make them think like he could, and they were just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
we don't care about none of that. Like, we want
We
to
don't
kill you
care.
right now.
Yeah.
You know, Will Smith had the antidote on I Am Legend, and they was just
I'm
banging that
Legend, yeah.
glass like, no, we about to kill you, bro. Like, I don't care if you can fix us. That's how it felt.
Yeah.
And I just told myself, like, if this is something that I want to do, then I'm going to have to change what I've been doing, which I was like probably the most.
Mm.
Is it a time like I was like the most viewed Madden creator on Facebook? I put in the most hours,
Mm.
and I was like at the top of the leaderboard. And I was just like, I got to change this. So my change was, as tough as it is, I'm gonna start pushing on Twitch. I'm gonna start introducing my
Mm.
Titan content on Twitter. I'm going to start
Mhm.
engaging that part of the offline. I'm gonna restart my YouTube, and it's gonna be a long grind. But my core people, I'm gonna give them as much of the core thing that they come to see. I broke the pod, like
Mm.
me and Bleed stopped podding together. Technical difficulties or people don't see eye to eye. I had 23 creators on Vibe Nation. 15 of them was partnered,
Mm.
and I was pushing them and not myself. So I kind of was like
Mhm.
the facilitator, and then they hit a time where you use this collective that you put so much time into, and watch it kind of fall
Mm.
apart, and watch relationships crumble, and watch some of your streamers' contracts go away, and it
Mm.
was tough. I ain't gonna lie, but I was just like, this is what I love to do, and I do this regardless of whatever success or failures come with it. I was committed
Mm.
to it, but I said I gotta do it different. So we did the Vegas tournament. We sent the winner of our tournament to Vegas. Came with me and Ant. We did that. We got to see EA Sports, like how they do tournaments behind the scenes.
Oh, that's
Um,
awesome.
and we got to take Kerry Q came with us out there to Vegas, had a good time. And I kind of got to see behind the machine and let them tell me about the industry that I was a part of from a different
Oh,
perspective.
wow.
So it's like I just was soaking the information, and I came back as like, okay, we're gonna get a tournament website. We did that. I'm gonna relaunch Podden, and I'm gonna do that a different way. And I'm gonna slow grind the YouTube, and I'm gonna inject myself, and slowly when those things start to hit, and then it was like, yo, top 100 Titans content creators in the space, and then like I seen my picture on it. I was like, I didn't even
Oh.
know, it's like people in the Tennessee Titan world like say like, yo, this is one of the top 100 people. So then I'm like, okay, cool. Then we doing the tournament website, and we start getting people to interact and support and sponsor tournaments on that. And we like, okay, like you getting slow victories, and then you just like, I just got to keep the vision of what I want to do. Like, here's the tournaments, here's
Mhm.
the pods, it'll slowly grow. Here's the Twitter Titan,
Mm.
it'll slowly grow. I'm gonna still game. I'm gonna still do the things I do, and eventually I'll look up if I execute this thing and say like, here's the podcast, here's the gaming,
Mm.
here's the tournaments, here's the Titan things, and been on some Titan podcasts with Titan media people, and they respond to all my tweets, or some of them come on my pods. And like last night, Lyle Leon came on. He's a former Dallas Cowboy. You start getting stuff like that,
Oh.
and you just like, okay, like people are noticing it. You just got to continue to slowly do it and get the small victories to
Yeah.
you look back. And that's what I was telling you. I look back at the year when this year is over and say, man, I put out three or four podcasts a week. It's then
Mm.
got to the point where you look at Cameron and Macy at $30 million on their deal with Wallow and Gilly God, and just put the work in.
Oh.
So I look back on one day and say like, maybe the end of this year we'll have sponsors for the pod. Maybe the Block is Hot will have an
Mm.
official sponsor. Maybe, you see what I'm saying? Like when you start get these
Yeah.
things to go, and maybe we have
Yeah.
more. We got a good sponsor for tournaments this month. I'm gonna have $1,000 tournament,
Oh, wow.
a $750 tournament, and a $250 tournament, and it's sponsored. And then Trey Lance will probably have his tournament again, because his people kind of like, when it's the athlete, they have handlers, and the handlers are not really
Mhm.
connected to what's going on. They just, oh,
Yeah.
he's got a jersey, and he probably just signed a jersey and not thinking of it, but like your name is attached to this. Like you want to kind of know what's
Yeah.
going on, have a say so. So my goal is, I know that's a long winded answer, but my goal
No, no,
always
no.
was like, I'm just gonna outlast everybody because I'm built for it, and I feel
Mm.
like this might be an inflammatory comment. Everybody who wasn't meant to do this or was doing this for the wrong reasons or was just only around
Yeah.
because they could suck money out of the community or was around because they wanted to get some ass from a girl that wouldn't talk to them if they wouldn't streaming or vice versa. However you go, like all
Yo.
those people are dead. They're buried. They're in the graveyard. They've
Mhm.
quit and
Yep.
they've got out the way for the people that still want to do this. That might sound
That's
bad.
good.
It might sound bad, but
No,
it's the
that's
great purge.
good though.
It's the great
That's good. It's
purge.
a purge. Yeah, it's a great purge right there, right? Because the people that truly, that's why I always say it's important for your why to be more than financial, more than numbers and so forth. Because if your why is about numbers and finances, then your why is always going to fluctuate. It's always going to be something different, and it's not gonna have any foundation to it, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
I can tell that you went back to your why, right? Yeah, you saw what was happening. You went back to your why and you just went ahead. We fix this a little bit because if I don't stay focused, then I'm gonna end up, probably off here as well and go flying where the numbers are and the money's at, and so forth. So, but that's awesome because I was concerned because I've watched you on Facebook. That's where I saw you was on Facebook. And I was just kind of like, yo, like, I wonder if he's still streaming on Facebook because I stopped streaming on Facebook. It just wasn't
Right.
for me.
It,
Um,
and it's like it's so tough because when they removed the app, the backstory behind it that everybody didn't know was there was a $10 million black gaming creator program that was around, and that was the pod yesterday.
oh,
And
oh
when
wow.
Zuckerberg got the grand jury indictment, that was um one of his pieces that his legal team offered to, was DEI. Like I'm gonna do this as a show token of I am
Uh,
investing in diversity, right? But
yeah.
when when that indictment hit and the streaming world slowed down as COVID ended and people went back to work, Bezos
Hmm.
and Amazon runs Twitch, and then Stake and those people run Kick, and then there was that,
Hmm.
oh, it's backed by this, but it doesn't matter. Money is money. They all sat around and thought about it's not competitive. You've been in the corporate world.
Oh
They
wow.
use that word. It's not
Hmm.
competitive to pay people to do this thing, and they kind of knew the foresight of what was about to happen to TikTok because
Yeah.
a lot of the
Yeah.
the financial things that we were getting on Facebook was because they were trying to compete with TikTok and slow TikTok down. But then when you
Hmm.
had this political part of it that it's over, Facebook turns to Meta and changes that, and
Hmm.
the money that they were putting in, they stopped putting it in, and then it dried up, and now it's left to say like, whatever you got is got, and they pulled the app. When they pulled the app, it
Hmm.
just pulled the legs from up under the gaming part. They do have a new
Yeah.
team that they hired last year. They are slowly rebuilding. It's like a phoenix, and
Oh,
what they're
uh-huh.
focused on now is content, not
Hmm.
gaming content, because they was trying to compete
Gotcha.
for the eyes and the advertising dollars and all that. So now
Yeah.
I think Kick has settled in. I think Facebook is settled in. I think Twitch is settled in. They're gonna figure out what they're gonna do with TikTok. And at the end of the
Yeah.
day, content like the block is hot to me is what's gonna go.
Yeah.
The streams is what makes you happy. It what make your core audience. It's almost like the mixtape. It's
Yeah.
the mixtape.
Exactly.
The label ain't got nothing to do with the singles you put out. If you want to put a love song
Hmm.
out, it ain't got to be for the radio. Your people can.
Yeah.
They want to
Your
hear this
people.
song, right? But
Yeah.
I feel like when that block is hot is what's gonna be. Yo, that's the girl from the block is hot. It's like that's what you get.
Aw,
It's the stuff you package.
yeah.
I'm telling you, like, don't lose
Yeah.
the packaging for the block is hot because that's what's gonna take you up. Because I
Mm.
know obituary is what people know for my big tournaments. When they hear that name, they know it's gonna be a lot of money. It's gonna be $1,000. So
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, we got to play in that, and it's not just like a weekly. So it's like
Yeah, yeah,
shop talk, the podcast, and I'll do my other little stuff because
yeah,
gaming is fun, but it has its moments.
yeah.
It has its up and
It
down.
does. It does. And that's something I've actually kind of incorporated with my streaming. At first I used to like start my stream and go straight into the game and stuff. And I was like, lady, like what is it that you really like about streaming? Like I love the game. I like playing the game. But what I love to do is interact with my community. Like I love talking to my community. I love like listening to like how was your day? And they type it in there and we talk about that, or we talk about a topic. Like I'll bring somebody in and we talk about something, whatever topic it is that they want to talk about. I have card games. I don't know if you've seen that. I have card games
I
that
ain't
I
seen the
play with.
card games.
Yes, I have like let's argue, and I have do it or drink.
Do it or see.
That's a dangerous game, by the way.
That sounds like something I need to be a part of. I gotta watch myself.
It's a naughty edition too, so you got.
See that's what I'm saying. Like I be having the flashbacks. I be having flashbacks when I see stuff like that. I get to thinking about like everybody from my era of Facebook. Remember that pod that got me canceled for like temporarily, and it was just like dude stood up on the stream and he said, "You and me in the Airbnb, 4 a.m. off the pat run in the hot tub. What's up?" And I'm just like hitting the button like, "Can I get him out of here?" Like, like his wife
Abort,
came in the
abort,
room.
abort.
Cause like my man Bleed fell out his chair and Rasta was like mouth was open. If you know how Rasta looked, Rasta just like mouth open, and I'm just sitting here shaking my head. I'm trying to like mute him. I'm trying to stop it, and like his wife come in the room, swing on him. Like it got bad. I'm just like,
It's like, wait, what?
yeah, wait, what? Like that's what happened, and we like that's what happened when the Patron and the Henny
And
and
the Henny, boy, the Henny got you loose.
it get people in the whole Casamigos and stuff. Get people when they get to
It
taking them
does.
shots, because it's
It
like you feel like
does.
you in the club or something. It's almost like you out at a party when you
And
when
about, yeah,
when
with
Discord
friends.
parties get
Yeah.
people be getting spicy. So
Yeah. Yeah. I know all about those Discord parties.
hey,
My
look,
birthday was pretty crazy. So
when's your birthday?
my birthday is August 3rd.
August 3rd. Okay.
So last August 3rd.
I think I came in that stream and I was like, people was talking real wild. I was like, man, what y'all got going on in here? I do think I came through that stream. I think I seen you tweet like
Yeah, I was a
birthday or something. I
little.
came in there. I'm like, yo, what that got going on in here? It's like it was an R&B session or something going on. And it feel like a place. When you step in the door and you got the door crack and you like, you just ease back and close the door. Like, I don't know what's going on. I ain't seen nothing. Like, that's kind of how I
Bring your
felt.
tail in here. Yeah,
Big
it was
Jeff.
kind of crazy. I mean, I was intoxicated. It was my birthday,
Mhm.
but it was still a good time. That VOD has been deleted though. Um, all evidence
You
has
smart.
been
You
deleted.
gotta delete some of them streams like that. That's for the
Yeah,
Patreon, or that's for the people
yeah.
that was there. Like what happened in Vegas State and
If
Vegas.
you wasn't
What
there,
was your drink of choice?
I was drinking Hennessy that night.
That's your drink of choice when you get ready to do these.
Right now, my drink of choice is Hennessy margaritas. So I'll have me a strawberry Hennessy margarita, or okay, you want me to tell you what it is? You
Okay.
ready? Okay. It's like a shot. It depends how big your cup is. My cups are pretty big. So I do 2 shots of Henny, right? And then I get the 1800 margarita mix. I get strawberry, you can strawberry peach or pineapple or passion fruit. It's also passion fruit. So I use some of those, pour it half like all the way up, and then I put a splash of pineapple juice or orange juice or passion fruit juice, depending what juice I have.
That sound like I'm
And that's
about to
my
be
margarita.
sweating. That's
It's a margarita.
that sound like I'm about to be sweating.
It's a
Cause
Hennessy margarita. It's so good too. It's dangerously good
yeah,
because you have
man, you
tequila
say
and Hennessy in there because they The margarita mix has
That's what I'm
1800
saying.
in
I'm
it.
like, wait a minute, you got Henny and 1800. Like, how
Yo,
did we
your
get
boy,
here?
what's up, baby?
How did we
Yeah,
get
no,
here?
yeah. So
Yeah.
that's what happened that night. I drank like four of those, and then I kept drinking, taking shots of Henny. So it kind of got
Ah, nah.
real,
Listen, I'm gonna tell
real.
you. I'm gonna tell you something. The last Atlanta meetup trip, we were
Yeah.
in. We had this trick we used to always do, right? So like when everybody
Hmm.
buy their ticket, like it come with like we get like 3 sections in this club, right?
Yeah.
We the people that kind of run the thing, like me, Goat, me and King, the God Squad, BLG Trav, like Thrive, Kelly Kill. We always get like this private section, and nobody know that this thing exists. It's just like you come in the club, it's like a number on the table, but these tables are like huge. You know what I'm saying? So and
Yeah.
they like on the second level, like kind of elevated in Atlanta, and
Yeah.
ours had like this hookah and all these bottles coming, and it's like people kind of was like, wait a minute, like yeah, like I'm over here, like I'm not going to be in because it'd be like a couple hundred people that show up at these things, and like I'm on the
Yeah. Yeah.
side.
Yeah.
I seen my man's reach down, and this man had a bag of mushrooms, and like I'm looking at the people that I'm with, I'm like, no, no, because I
Not
like know
today.
we
Not
doing
today.
like. I know we drinking at the hotel. We drinking champagne. We do all kinds of stuff. Like, bro, listen.
Yeah.
If one of y'all take a mushroom, I'm finna be tight. And then I look over, I see my man's just like, and then I look and see my other guy, and I look at and then the other one is like this, and then I look at the dude with the mushrooms. I ain't gonna put his name out there. And he just looked at me and started laughing. I said no, and I'm looking around. It's like 100 or some of us in these 3 sections, and I'm looking at people, and I'm like, I'm realizing like half the group is like gone, like they on the moon, and I'm just like, this is not real. Like we had mad bottles, we had mad beer, we had everything, dog. Like it's no way. And I'm looking like
Yo,
people got
true.
their shirts off and stuff. All right,
Yeah, this
this
shit
ain't
make you
finna end.
hallucinate and stuff too.
Let me tell you, I got footage. I ain't ever gonna put this footage up, but there was footage of like people in wheelchairs going back to the hotel. It was just bad. Like it was bad. Like people was just like it was bodies. Like I was just like this is not.
Sounds like a good night.
No, not for me because I'm like I sobered up instantly because I'm like I got to
Oh
get
yeah,
we
because
got
you
to make
gotta
sure
take
everybody
care of
get back.
people. Yeah.
I said I ain't never going nowhere with y'all again because I looked over my man's had a. I said where did he get that other bottle of 1800 from? Man had on shades
Oh
in the club and just hit the bottle like that. I said, "Oh my god, this shit finna be over with."
yeah.
And I know they had the
Mm.
mushrooms, so it was just like I seen somebody
So he
getting
was
pushed to the car in the
doubling.
shopping cart in their parking lot. It was just like out of control. I was just like, man, you know what? I'm finna go back. I got some wings in the room. I'm finna eat these wings and go to sleep because y'all done got on my nerves. And then the next morning, I'm up on the treadmill in the gym working out. You know, I'm seeing people just stagger through the hotel, just like, yeah. Mm-mm. So I know how them nights can
They
get
feeling it.
when people get the
Yeah.
popping beans and drinking and stuff. It's like,
Yeah. So it'd be fun. I'd be having a good time. I have like a little crew that we kind of do that every once in a while. Every like other Friday, you know what I'm saying?
I
We
got
kind of
you.
get in the Discord and have a good time. But yeah, so kind of monitoring those nights a little bit more now.
Yeah, because you realize you had to delete them. Like a lot of those nights we had like that, you just had to delete them. And
It's
a lot of
like,
that stuff,
damn.
I'm just like, I'll never post that. That I can't do that.
Yeah. I mean, I
That
might
ain't
get a
gonna work.
little bit of good content out of it, like somebody doing something funny, falling asleep. It's a blackmail, blackmail
Yeah,
clip.
because it's like I
But
have pictures, and I'm scrolling through my pictures. I'm like, I can't post because it's never what's
yeah.
in the foreground. It's like the background. Like,
Yes, because
oh
you know they
no,
zooming in to see what's in.
yeah. People take that look, how you do that little thumb and you spread that picture out like,
Oh, that's what that is.
yeah.
Okay.
Like somebody might have been doing something they ain't got no business doing. It's just like,
No
nah.
business. None.
Cause I'll
No,
be on
none
my
at
best
all.
behavior, man. Like that's one thing. That's one thing that I pride myself in. That I've never fallen weak. I've never like nobody ever gonna put me in the tell all book. It's because I try to keep it to the content. I say I could be around the most beautiful, best attitude, we
Mhm.
kick it, but I can't be in the tell all. I can't do it. I can't do because I seen a
Second
lot of people throw
to
their
tell
careers
off.
away, content wise.
Um,
Like like the thin situation and all these, and you look at that
yeah,
like man, all it take is like one bad little fling to end your streaming career. Because like
yeah.
once you get that black eye on you, it's up. You can't erase it
It's
off.
yeah, it's a done deal.
Then you lose
So
your
I just be like,
credibility.
yeah.
Like then people like if I stream or do content, is he finna like sex me in
Mhm.
the inbox? It's over with.
It's like, whoa,
They used to be
wait a
habitual.
minute.
You know, the girls that used to stream with me were like, I thought we was just finna do Apex thirds. That third sent me something. As soon as the stream was over, like I said, no,
Whoa.
like they bugging. But
Yeah,
yeah,
been there, been there. You're
you
like, yo, okay, hey.
you feel me? So like,
You get all type of crazy stuff. It'd be like Love and Basketball when he was like talking about why he cheated on his wife. It'd be that bold one. It'd be at the door. There'd be 1,000 girls at the at the parking lot.
it do be in. It's like
Love still.
I could see if I was a single dude how stuff could get out of control and not just be trying to tell them like be careful because like these
No.
little situations can have you in a world of trouble. You don't
Absolutely.
you don't know what's to
Mm.
become of it. And I was like, man, you want to be able to
Yeah,
continue to keep your reputation throughout
that's the
everything
truth. That's the
because that's
truth.
the lore of being a huge creator that people is curious about but never know. It's like it's more powerful than actually like succumbing to the temptations, so to speak. So
Yes.
any more questions? I know that was a long winded answer to
No,
go.
no, one more.
Go
Are
ahead.
you planning on going to any events? Like you asked me if I was thinking about going to any streaming events. Are you planning on going?
I'm gonna be honest. I I always want to go to at least one a year. But it's like I try to make sure I get all my family trips out the way. I try to make
Yeah.
sure that like all the things I want to do with them, I get there. I do want to go to it.
Oh,
Like this is the last. This is one of the last seasons the Titans will have in the stadium they're in before the new stadium. I'd like to
oh,
at least
okay.
go to like one of those games and meet up with some people in the Titans world. And I do want to go to one of the gaming conventions. So I just don't know
Yeah.
which one. I just want to make sure it's like an advantageous one for me to go to. Um, because like the amount of time and money you put into it, like of course you're not finna go to one of these
Hmm.
conferences and like come back with some contract. It don't work that way. But
Yeah, no.
if I could get like into one that was beneficial to me to meet some people that I haven't met or to
Yeah.
just for nothing else of me and the people that I started with to all get together and kind of just like reflect and have some fun, which is always cool too.
Hmm.
So I wanted to be a little bit of both and maybe be somewhere that I haven't been already. You know what I'm saying? Which
Yeah.
I think that because
Yeah.
we've been to Orlando, we've been to Atlanta, we've been to Vegas. So like I want to go to one that I haven't been to. Maybe one of
Hmm.
the Texas ones or something. I don't know. Because Atlanta's just like
Yeah.
down the street from me from Birmingham. Like I can get to Atlanta
Yeah.
in a blink of an eye. Like I hate going to Atlanta now. It's like I've been so many times, and it's kind of like it's like the 1 day trip for us. Like if we want to just go do something, we just go to Atlanta. But
Yeah. Yeah.
I ain't
Yeah.
really interested in going to Atlanta. I want to get on a plane when I go somewhere. You know what I'm
You want
saying?
to get?
Like I
I don't
want to
want
get
to
on a
drive.
plane.
I
I don't
want to
want to get in my
fly.
car. I want to get in a plane.
Yeah. I don't know where the TwitchCon's gonna be this year. Did they say? Did they ever say? I haven't
It
heard anything.
usually is Vegas, I thought, but they might have it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
they
thought it
may
was.
move it.
No, that was DreamHack. What was the San Diego? Was it DreamHack that was in San Diego?
I think it's the
There
Dream
was
Hack on
something
the
in
West
Dream.
Coast because the unit like
Yeah.
used to be it was
Oh, they
E3
trying.
in LA, but they don't do E3 anymore, and they have GCX PAX. There might be PAX West. There might be PAX West that's out
Oh,
there.
that might have been that
But
then.
I
Yeah.
want to do something
Uh,
that's kind of outside of, and I do want to go to like meet up. It's a lot of Titan creators that I have interacted with, and that's part of my plan of diversification. Is like I want to still meet with all the gaming people, but I also want to do with like
Yeah.
a lot of that in the sports world too, so I can kind of double
Yeah.
dip the chip.
Yeah.
You said
Yeah.
San Diego
That's
this year, I
cool.
believe it's TwitchCon. Okay,
Okay.
so
Then that's what
so
I heard.
TwitchCon
Okay.
might be San Diego this year.
Yeah. See, like I said, I'm trying to go to I might be going to Belize in July, so I'm
Mm.
like,
Mm. See, and like
Belize.
that's the thing is like you don't want to pass up a Belize trip to go to a gaming convention like Belize. Belize is
Exactly.
there,
I
so
be
like
boom.
we always take like our family beach vacations, and we just got back from Great Wolf. My daughter wanted to go for her birthday, and
Yeah.
we say we go on different trips. Like, and my wife and my daughter are supposed to go to France this year. They still might go. So if they go to France, like all
Mhm.
that goes before me going to one of these gaming
Exactly.
conventions that you
That
know
makes sense. Yeah.
that's something. It'd be different if we was at the level they was like, hey, Lady Stan, we got a check for you and a plane ticket and a hotel room and some flight.
Oh, I'll
Like
be there. I'll be
where
there.
do I sign? And once I've
Okay.
done, that's what's kind of tough is like when you've done things like that before, it make it hard for you to
Yeah.
go unless it's something really, some people you really want to see or something.
Yeah. 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 I'm thinking, I mean, Dallas for DreamHack is not, like I said, it's a hop and skip it. I go to Dallas all the time, right? Um, and it's not like it's only a weekend, right?
Right.
So
And it's
so
all
that's
you
what I'm
really need.
thinking.
After the
Yeah.
second day, you kind of like,
Yeah.
I did what I need to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking that if anything, like drive through, go do my little content, meet a couple people, you know what I'm saying? And then, I could either stay the night and then come back up, come back
Right.
up. And I don't think that would beat the bank that much, but
Nah,
that
not if you
Belize trip
planning
is
in.
definitely high priority.
If you planning in advance, like how we do
Yeah.
is like we get an Airbnb somewhere, get a plane
Yeah,
ticket,
that'd
then
be
we get there. We like,
mhm.
all right, let's dial up on this Uber trips. You know what I'm saying? Get
Oh
Uber
man, that
XL
scared me.
and get around. And
Hmm.
as soon as we get there, we hitting the States though, and getting what we
Yeah.
gonna drink and pregame and stuff, and we just chill.
Yeah, that's cool.
I can't read
I
my
can't think
chat
of any more
sometimes.
questions.
Was that?
You want to read your chat? You said you want to read your
No, I'm
chat.
saying I be trying not to read what they saying because they be saying wild stuff sometimes. Right,
Oh,
listen.
I'm like,
I be try.
you
I be
see me
good at
kind of
reading
looking
what
to.
they say and just like if you see me smile, like I'm not reading that out loud. I'm not saying that because I got some hardcore trolls in my chat. They be saying stuff like they be speaking their own language. I be
Oh
knowing what
my
they saying.
goodness.
But yeah, and I'm open book. So if it's anything you
Oh,
ask me, I'll never duck a question. I'll just be like, yeah, that's what it is.
oh my goodness. So I've already asked my chat if they have questions for you to go ahead and put it in the chat. Nobody said anything yet.
That's
So you
hey,
guys, if
look,
you got
just know
questions for
it.
Buddha, put it
I'm
in the
not the type
chat.
of person that duck a question like, cause I feel like I'm an open
Oh,
book.
I'll
Like
duck one in a second. I will duck one in a second.
I don't because I be feeling like, man, that's what make me is like I'm gonna just answer it, and people either gonna like receive it or they not gonna receive it, and cause I don't have necessarily
Hey,
like a
Big Daddy Dro.
any kind of image to uphold, so to speak.
I just my thing is this is that I feel like there's a lot of people that definitely want to be all up in my personal life. So I just be like, I don't talk too much about my personal
I
life,
can
you know
see
what I'm
that.
saying?
I can see that. But see, like
I don't talk too much about my personal life.
I get that. I can see that. Cause I mean that's part of your boundaries though. You kind of gotta set it
'Cause
that way
I do.
because if not,
I'm a female.
people gonna be
So it's
asking you
like,
just if you let them take an inch, they're gonna take a foot on the question that they're gonna ask you.
oh my goodness, trust.
Like, oh, she let me do that. She finna let me,
I was
like I'm
like,
finna be able to get
no.
out of control.
And I just look at them and be like, no. Next question, please.
Oh, Big Jeff got a question for you. He said,
Okay,
"What
what's that, Big
separates
Jeff?
you from other female content creators?"
What separates me? That's a good question. Hmm. I think my energy, like, just my energy. And then also, I don't want to, I mean, I want to say my being authentic as well. I'm not saying that other content creators aren't authentic. What I'm saying is that I'm unique. We're all unique in our authentic ways. So my uniqueness separates me from them. And then also just my energy. Like when I tell you that I just go with the wind. I just go with the
The
wind.
one with what she really trying to say is she's 100% real. Y'all fake.
I,
Y'all ain't authentic. Y'all faking it out here. When they see you in person, nah, I'm just playing. See that's see.
I say that. See, try to start some stuff, you guys.
No, I ain't started. I ain't like but I mean that's what people be wanting you to say, and then when you say that, it's
Yeah,
like it's some power in not stepping on toes and just saying, hey, I
yeah,
can't speak
yeah.
for nobody else, but I'm authentic. This is the
I
real me, and
yeah.
yeah.
And you notice it though. No, seriously, like if you go around and look at other like female, male, whatever content creators, you'll see our uniqueness. Like you'll see where we're kind of just like unique and you will unfortunately you will see some that are like kind of mirroring other content creators and you can tell that they're not being authentic. They're not being themselves because you can tell they're uncomfortable, you know what I mean? Me, I'm so comfortable because I am real. You know what I'm saying? If someone was to ask, like, I do doc questions. I could have easily said, I don't be dogging. No, I do doc some questions because I'd be like, they ain't none of your business. You know what I'm saying? Like, you went too far. Come back. You went too far. You know what I'm saying? And then, and if I want to make it your business, I'll let you know. Trust, trust. I'll let you know if I want to make it your business now. You know?
That's real right there though, because when you
Like,
see
what I
people
said,
that are clones of something else, I just be thinking you can't sustain it over a long period of time of being something you're not. If you just you, it's
oh,
so easy.
yeah,
Like it's easy to be yourself every day. And I've seen
yeah,
creators quit that have mimicked other streamers, and you could tell like 6 months or a year into it, they burnt out from like that persona that they portraying. They can't. Anytime they show a real glimpse of who they really are, people are
yeah.
instantly turned off. Like, oh man, like where this came
Like they
from.
really like that. But the thing is this, you can only fake the funk for so long. Cause it's hard. It's hard to be trying to act like somebody else or someone you're not. There's gonna be a scenario, there's gonna be a situation that the real you is gonna pop out. And
Oh
people are gonna
yeah.
be like, ah, and
Ah,
that's
ah.
that's it right there.
That is so true. And I be watching people and I'm like,
Thank you, Sonny.
oh,
Oh, Sonny came over here and followed
oh,
me.
Sonny, that's Sonny the homie. Man. I met Sonny in person. Sonny is a
Oh,
super genuine person. She's like that person that
thank you, sweetheart.
she's that person that'll help anybody do anything. Like
Oh,
she seriously will help. You know how some people will say like
oh,
I'm gonna help and you like, man, they just talking. Like she would
you
really
ain't you
help.
just
She would really help
oh,
somebody.
that's so sweet. One of my viewers or one of my community members, sorry, Dro, he says she ain't trying to sell no one me. He's talking about me. She ain't trying to sell no OnlyFans or feet pics. She she actually a good creator and not someone using they looks for subs or attention. She pours her soul in her craft. She's A1. Oh, thank you, Dro.
That's wholesome. But I do have something to
Uh-oh.
to speak to that statement. I don't mind if that's what a person does. Because I used to tell the female creators that used to get frustrated on the platform about that
Mm-hmm.
is
Mm-hmm.
those girls that do OnlyFans and do some of that stuff will do things that everybody ain't willing to do. And you got to respect that.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like
Mm-hmm.
some of those girls have been in positions where they were really good at the game and they
Mm-hmm.
had really good content and it just didn't matter. Like guys are still just gonna pull up and say crazy stuff to them. You know, like
Yeah.
is a female creator that I did one of the first big creators to do a pod with us was Maggie Carp. I don't know if you familiar with her, but she was a pro Apex player from the Philippines, a really pretty Asian
Oh.
girl, and she was like
Mm-mm.
one of the top
I think
Apex
I've
players in
seen
the
her.
world at the time. And
Mm-hmm.
her chat would just be dudes just saying the most vulgar stuff to her, like, "Oh, da 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 da, I want to do this to you, I want to do that to you," and she usually just handle it with class, right? And this is a person that probably have a couple 100,000 followers on every platform she be on. Like
Oh wow. Yeah.
her mother was in TV and film in the Philippines, so like her mother was already famous, and then she came
Yeah.
and was like huge, and like she potted with us, and she was just telling us about like how she how she deal with it and do different stuff. And she used to dumb herself down. I was like, man, you like doing yourself a disservice. Like you're trying to make yourself look ugly, and not ugly,
Yeah.
but you trying to like dumb
Trying to,
yourself
yeah.
down so people will respect how good you are at the game. Like you're better than
Yeah.
99.9% of all men in the country that play Apex,
Mm.
but you having to dumb yourself down. It's a lot of women that have to cut a lot of their personality. Like this is my statement with that. If
Yeah.
if you're pretty and you play the game and you want to look nice when you play the game, and guys is simping and sending you money, and it just so happened to be part of your personality, if you're just gonna go to the
Yeah.
club or go out to eat and you just naturally look nice, you shouldn't have to not look nice and not have to sell that part of yourself to to
Thank you, baby.
appease people that think you shouldn't use your sexuality to make money. Because at the end of the
Yeah. Yeah.
day,
Yeah.
you really don't know if somebody hire you because they think you are a good image for their company. Like they don't hire
Yeah.
models because they're ugly. They hire models because they make the clothes look good and they sell it. So that's why you're
Exactly.
an
Yeah.
influencer. So to me,
Yeah.
you know, the same way with a guy, they're not picking overweight dad bods. You know, they picking Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise and Tom Brady to sell their product.
Mm.
So that's why I say
Yeah.
like I don't think a woman should have to curb back her sex appeal or how pretty she is to make content because I don't feel like it's any humility, so to speak, in trying to like hold what you are back because it's a
Mm-hmm.
big portion of the male in parts of the industry. I'm sure you well aware that they're
Mm-hmm.
not gonna respect even if you put on a clergy suit and played and you were the best card player in the world. It's still gonna be guys that come and say it's still gonna hate. You know what I'm saying? So I just be wanting to be like, if a girl does wind up doing having an OnlyFans and selling feet pics, or if every guy in the chat want to be her boyfriend, so be it. If they simping, let them send
Yeah.
it back. I don't want y'all
Nah.
women to dumb down y'all beauty because guys can't handle it. Like if that's the case, we
Mm.
gonna move to the Middle East and y'all gonna put on hijabs
Cover
and
up.
stuff and cover yourself up. Yeah, all I'm gonna see is ladies staying eyeballs on the stream all day. Cause you know that's the thing that I have to say. Cause I used to have female creators that used to deal with that, that used to just
Yeah.
really wrestle with dumbing themselves down sexually because guys thought that that's all they was e-girls. They're gonna think that about you
Yeah.
anyways if that's how they really feel.
Yeah, and I've actually done some experimenting with that as well. Like I would wear, I one there was I think it was last month. I said, "Let me try this. I'm gonna try something different because I want to see, what I'm saying, what the reaction is or what's the difference, right?" So there was like a week that I streamed that I just wore sweaters, sweatshirts, like I had my hair up. I mean, I still, did my face or whatever, but I wasn't like really showing as much skin. And then there was another week that I tried to, show a little and just to compare, right? Yeah, it was a pretty big difference.
Yeah, and see, like, this is my thing. Like, just because you dress sexy don't mean you a woman of the night. Just because,
No,
just
no,
because you on stream and like you putting forth that part of like, if you went to a job interview or you went on a date, you're gonna try to look
exactly.
sexy, right? You want this guy to think that's
Yeah,
my wife right there. That's my, or
yeah,
this company to say,
yeah,
yo, this is the new manager of this department. Like we need this
yeah.
person when
Like
she
we
walks
need
in the
that.
room. When she walks in the room,
Yeah,
she owns it. You know, it's just one of those
yeah,
things. Like it is what it is. Because I
yeah.
guarantee you, ladies, then if every guy had muscles and was like, pick a guy that's got a lot of muscles that women like. What's the pick one of them superhero guys? I can't think of their names.
Oh, me neither.
You know the dudes
I
I'm
was
talking
good.
about. What's his Michael B.
Uh,
Jordan. A lot of
don't
women like
y'all?
Michael B.
Yes,
Jordan, right?
Lord. Yes,
So
Lord.
imagine if I had been working out, getting ready to go on X Men or
Lord.
something, and I took my shirt off and women started sending money, like it's just what it is. Like I hope that there's no guy that's like, look at him, he just good, he just getting views because of his muscles. Like so what? Go and get in the gym,
Hey,
hit the gym, get your hair cut, get your teeth straight. You know what I'm saying? get some whitening strips or something.
Sex sells,
if women
yeah.
find you attractive and support you because you look good, so what?
I mean, that's the truth. Like I enjoy dressing up. I enjoy, looking good. I feel like if I look good, I feel good, I do good. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, that's in every area. Like at work, if I'm dressed up professionally, and I feel good and I look good, I'm gonna perform better, right? So that's my thing is, and I don't ever try to like I say, turn the TV, like my stream, turn the TV on with looking like I didn't do
Right.
it when I used to sell jewelry. I still, if you catch me one day, it's probably because it was a really long day at work or something,
For sure.
right? But I try not to do that. But I
Bandit.
also noticed something else that my community has told me million gazillion times. They hate it. They absolutely hate it when I do a stream that doesn't, and I do not have my cam on. Like if I do a no
Oh
cam
man.
stream, they
I'm so
hate
guilty of
that.
hating camless streams. Now I had a bad argument with one of my homies that streamed
Yo,
about that one
brother.
day. I said, if I pull up and there ain't no cam on, you better be like apex predator, spinning around, wall jumping, headshotting people, like, cause like I do it sometime when I be so mad. I just need like a few minutes to decompress because I'm like something happened in the game and I've been running around the room about to break everything, and
Yeah.
I'll come back because I don't want nobody to see me like that heated, and then I come back and the chat will be crying, laughing because like I have the straight face on, I won't be smiling or nothing, and then they'll be like, "Hey y'all, it's safe to talk now because he got the cam back on," because they know like I'll be going off if somebody trolling when I'm having a bad rounds of the game or whatever. And I'm like, let me
Yeah,
turn the
yeah.
cam off for a second and get some water. I've been and walked outside in the cold air, let it hit me, because it's like that's the only time I turn my cam off because I feel like when I come into a stream, if the person ain't got no mic and no cam, I'm like I'm out.
Oh
Like I
nah,
feel like I'm
yeah.
watching
Mike, they
YouTube
gotta
or
leave that
something.
with
Like I
Mike.
want to
He's like
see
watching
you.
you
I
too.
want to see your facial expression when you get shot. Like I want to see.
Yeah. You hear that, Jinx? Jinx. Ahem, ahem.
I
Turn your
want to see
cam on,
all of
Jinx.
it because my chat is like that. They want to watch me rage if something bad happened.
Oh
Like
yeah. Me
they are
too.
like that's their favorite part of the stream is if something bad happened and like to watch my emotions. Like they don't even care
Yeah.
what happened in the game. They're like, did you see how? Because it's like some old streams where I threw this water bottle in the water bottle. I threw it so hard it like bounced off and was flying. It's like one stream I passed out and had a concussion on stream one night, and it
Are
was
you
live.
serious?
I was laughing. We was drinking and it was a tournament, and I like my tournament's called the Obituary, right? And I was the first
Uh-huh.
person to have these Madden tournaments where like the people have to turn the camera on, they have to turn the mic on. It's a requirement. And I used to have this bag man that
Yeah.
would put up this big. He would put like $3,000 on these tournaments or something, and they would be in there playing. And I'm like, requirements is mic and a cam. It needs to be trash talk
Uh-huh.
games, and the winners could get in. Like right now, we in Discord. The winners could get in and talk they trash, but if you lost, you couldn't. So at the time of like the heyday of streaming, like Lady Stan,
Uh,
like it could be I'm gonna just use Sunny D because she's there, right?
yeah, yeah,
She
yeah.
could be your rival, and you hate Sunny D, like you don't want to lose to her so bad, and you beat Sunny D, and you get in the Discord after, and you get to say whatever you want. You like, yeah, she been trying to be like me. She been trying to steal my style.
Oh,
Like, she got her camera like me. Like, and it would get out of control. And my homie Ant Bell Jr. He's in Vibe Nation. He's a
yeah,
really
I
funny
know.
guy,
Yeah.
right? Like
Hmm.
when I say funny, like he's just known for being funny. And he used to act like he was this news TMZ reporter, and he would write down everything they say bad throughout the whole tournament, and like follow their Twitter. He would follow their
Oh, shit.
Facebook page. He's like, so last Wednesday you said that this person ain't shit. So you in here saying that you being all humble, but on February 3rd you said he was shit. So what's up with that? Like he would do stuff like that, and I would be crying. And there was this Madden crew called TGG, and one of their members
Uh-huh.
was the guy named Mel. Mel was drinking gin out of the like Bombay out the bottle during this tournament because people used to get drunk during these tournaments, and it was one of his teammates, and he was like, "Man, you know how them niggas be? Man, they be cheating, they be stream watching, and like he was basically like spilling all the beans, and we was crying, laughing, And we was like, yo, don't say nothing. Don't say, like, we texting like, don't say nothing. Just let him go. He's telling like all they secrets. Like, yeah, we didn't watch tape on this person. This person trash. He sucked. Like, he just going in. And I'm laughing
Oh
so hard I
wow.
couldn't breathe. I tried to stand up and I didn't know that, like, if you're laughing at the point that you sweating and you crying, if you stand up, like, the oxygen in your body will just stop breathing. And I literally stood up and my eyes went black and I just fell, like, doom, I hit the ground. And then like I woke up and like I'm like patting the back of my head because I'm like, am I bleeding or something? Like, how long I've been out? And like I'm kind of panicking, like, yo, I really knocked myself out. So I get up and I'm looking at the screen. It's just like crying emojis like going down for like 2 minutes. I'm like, man, I've been out for like 30 seconds or something. Like, oh my God, like I really passed out. And
Oh shoot.
everybody's like, is he okay? Is he okay? But I was laughing. I got up and I walk out and like my family's like, did you fall or something happened with? I'm like, man, I ain't even say nothing to them. I walked outside, I came back and I sat down and we just
Yo,
laughing
Jordan,
so
what?
hard because it's like I literally laughed till I passed out because I couldn't
Oh
breathe.
my goodness.
I was trying to calm myself down because I was crying and I was sweating and I was laughing
Yeah.
so hard and I was just like, and you could see like in the chat, his teammates was like, "Yo, shut up, bro! You telling everything." He's like, and then watching Ant just ask him question after question, and he's just spilling the beans. Like, oh my God, this dude is ratting on the whole team. And I was crying so hard. So that I actually passed out on stream one time. Like, I had some crazy
that's
stuff happen.
that's impressive. I don't
Yeah,
think
but
I've
Ant is too funny. Like, if you meet Ant, like, Ant is probably one of the funniest people in a wholesome way. He just gonna find some funny stuff to do. And yeah, he definitely, that was his thing during tournaments when we interview people. He would just ask all these crazy questions that he like researched about people. So
wow. Wow. So note to self, don't ever be interviewed by Ant. Got you.
yeah, it's like because me and Ant play good cop, bad cop. So it's like he gonna just ask some wild stuff, and then me, I'm gonna ask tough questions. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that's just my thing is I'll be trying to get the truth out of people. But no, Jeff, I'm not telling her about that.
Oh,
No,
right.
no. Hey, look, some things need to stay in the past, Jeff. We is not pulling it up. We for sure not
Man,
talking
now I
about
want to
that.
know, Jeff.
Nah,
Trigger
hey,
boy.
you tell the producer cut the tape, cut the tape. We not talking about that.
Old flag. That's hilarious.
But yeah,
Oh
we had some
man,
fun in this community, and
that's awesome. I
it's
can see.
yeah, we do. We like, and this is like the mild, like we toned it down over the years because I done been canceled a few times, so it's like, but never from nothing I did bad to nobody. It's always was just like sometimes if you the first to do something, people have an issue with it in like their
Oh
own way
yeah.
of like it's somebody
Hmm.
somewhere that's watching your podcast thinking they could do it better than you,
Better than you.
and
Yeah.
it's like one of them things that they won't support it. They kind of want to do it themselves. So they
Yeah.
thing is like they rather try to tear yours down, thinking it'll help them. Just because they tear mine down, it won't help yours.
Okay. Ain't got nothing to do with yours.
Nothing at all. Because I'm right the opposite. I try to give everybody the information and try to give everybody the game because I don't want you to ever think I'm holding the door closed on you or I'm ever keeping opportunities away from a person because I'll never get in the way of somebody eating. That's just not my
Yeah.
thing.
Nah.
I'm not built like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Most definitely. Like, what is it? Like when you information keep or something like that? That's just come
Gatekeeping.
on now.
Because people thought I
Gatekeeping.
was a
That's it.
gatekeeper. You know, I had
Yo,
people ask
King.
me, was I an industry plant before? Like, all
What?
kind of stuff. Like, I done got it all.
Yikes.
So, but he had good reason to think it. But I was like, nah, bro, like, we talked on the phone. So, a lot of times, like you said, I'll be like, call me on the phone if you don't feel
Okay.
comfortable saying it
Yeah.
on stream. Now, me personally, I'll talk about anything on stream because I feel like if I just put it out there, can't nobody hold their nuts on me. Like, that they knew
That
something that
yeah. That
nah, bro,
makes sense.
I'm an open book because if I'm transparent, it's like Eminem on 8 Mile. I'll crack on myself so you can't even use it against me.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's good. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I have what's his name? Uh, I wrote, what was his name? He's in my chat. Comedian. It's only
Oh, comedy
comedy.
2 times. Just call it. Just
Yeah,
say
it's
it's
only
2 times.
comedy.
Now that is
He's over here talking.
probably he's been voted one of the best gaming trolls to ever touch Facebook. He got like 30
He,
pages and he don't miss nothing and he be like on people's neck if there's something going on. He's the best. He's
he
probably like
definitely.
he getting the Hall of Fame of trolling.
There you go. Yeah, he was definitely trolling over here.
Yeah, he a funny troll though. Like he a funny
Yeah,
troll.
he's like he just keeps talking. He's talking about
Hey, look, my,
you.
my
Crazy.
community is fun because like I got a community of people that's not yes me. So like most of the people
Uh,
that know me is like people that disagree with me all the time or they always messing with me. If I lose a game or
yeah,
something, like they on my neck, you know, like they
yeah,
that tight. They like the family that they like little brother or big brother or something like when it comes to content.
yeah. My community, they are so supportive. I'm talking about they be there. It's like as soon as you turn the stream on, they there. How you doing? I got you up. I'm here. I'm here.
Oh,
And
for
if
sure.
and if I'm having a bad day, they automatically know.
Oh, they
Like,
automatically
wait,
know. Like if I'm
they're
having a
like,
bad
wait,
day,
lady.
they like you know how like that little the little devil or whatever's like jumping on your nerve. Like that's
Yeah,
how they
yeah,
are if they know
yeah.
if I'm having a bad day, they trying to watch me crash out. They want it to be.
That's crazy. No, mines are like, you need a hug. You need
Oh, but that's my type of humor. Like if I'm having a bad day, they definitely gonna kick me while I'm down so they can see me have a
Yeah,
real bad day.
damn.
But I'm
You're like
saying this in a
laying
good.
down.
That's what
Okay,
I like though.
bow,
That's what I like
bow.
though. You know, like I don't like yes man. I don't like people that just agree with it. I'm like, man, disagree with me
Uh,
sometime. Like, like
say something bad. Like say something opposite. God,
right? Because I
dang.
feel like I only get better if people challenge my
Yeah.
thought or challenge or have a different perspective, a different viewpoint. You know, so that's why a lot of people like my
Yeah.
community because they're like, man, I can say anything in there, bro. You ain't gonna trip. I'm like, nah. Like, say whatever you want to say.
I
Like, I'd rather hear your true thoughts than you be fake for me.
I have people that say whatever they want to say, and I'd be like,
Oh yeah, I'm good at reading it, but I don't say it aloud. It's a big man stream. His name Chabata Mitch. He always be talk
uh,
when we talk. He be like, man, I know you be reading them comments and your facial expression don't change. I said, I know, cause like I can't let somebody know the things that they say. Like I just be
in
kind of
fact,
looking like
you
crazy right here. But I am not about
crazy.
to read that back out loud. But I read it. I know it's there.
Yeah, yeah. I gotta do better than that. I be reading people's stuff.
Yeah, cause sometimes like
I
I'll
be
read
reading it.
something and it'll be about. I'm like, oh, I can't say that because it's about somebody else. Like I'm not children
Yeah.
size.
Nope. 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 You ain't gonna put me in the middle.
Oh no, I can't do it. Mm-mm.
Oh man. Whew. So what you got next? What you got going next?
What I got going next? Honestly, like I used to have this thing about me. Like my old motto was 99% cap, 1% gameplay, 100% vibes. My game plan was to go
Mhm.
live. My went back when I first started. My game plan was to go live and never play the game. Like if I could just
Oh.
talk in talk screen, like I always had really cool
Uh-huh.
intermission screens and stuff, and I was just
Yeah.
like, I just talk, and if I could go, because there's a Facebook partner that was part of Vibe Nation, his name was Exhibit. He's like one of the
Mm-hmm.
biggest Call of Duty players on
Hey,
Facebook at the
six.
time, and he's like, "Do you
Mm-hmm.
ever play the game?" And I'm like, if I can help it, no." Like my game plan is to go live as long as I can without playing it. So like
Yeah.
when I'm done, if I can make good content without playing the game, now when I do play the game after I kind of like take like a minute or two intermission, and I come back and I'm like, okay, what y'all want to
Yeah.
play? Y'all want to play Mad today? Y'all want to play Call of Duty? Y'all want to play Apex? What y'all want to do? And then they'll kind of be like, man, we in the mood for this. And then that's what I'll
Mm-hmm.
come back and do. Then when at the end of my stream,
Mm-hmm.
when I end, I'm unwind, I'm watching Netflix or whatever. I'll turn
Yeah.
and edit that part out, post it, pre-post it for YouTube, and then just kind of chill. You know, just kind of unwind. I might play a game or two offline or something, and then I go to sleep. But that's kind of my mo for my streams is to make the first half a podcast and the second half I just get into whatever gameplay. And my goal
Yeah.
is that the podcast grow past anything else I've ever done to the point where it carries, and then you could just have fun making whatever content you want. I never want to be stuck making some
Absolutely.
content or playing a game because it's the only way to keep people around, and then you just like kind of
Yeah.
married and ball and chain to like one piece of content.
Exactly. Yeah. I like to do different things. You know what I mean? I don't like to just be sitting down the same thing over and over again. I get boring. So I get
Yeah,
bored. So I can only imagine the folks that are watching, that they get bored too. So I like to do different things.
that way people
So
fall in love with Lady Stanton, not
hmm
Fortnite or Call of Duty or
Fortnite.
or
Yeah,
whatever. Like
exactly.
with Marvel Rivals, like they fall in love with the creator and not just
Yeah.
get stuck to the game. Because I try to do that
Yeah.
in the off season. After the Super Bowl, I'm making my business to find other content to do. Because like playing Madden in dead season, which is like Super Bowl to the new game come out,
Mm,
it is stressful.
I
It's
bet.
stressful because it's like the season's over. People ain't really excited about football like that, but people still want to see it and
Yeah.
talk sports. So I try to find a way to get people to still communicate and talk to me about everything we want to
hmm
talk about without that game.
hmm
Then it's like a true
Yeah.
testament of how good I am as a creator. I think multi content creators are a gem. Like somebody just
Mm-hmm.
not okay. You got this one trick pony. Like if that game dies, you die with it. Like I think people
Mm-hmm.
that could do multiple pieces of content that's diverse are more skilled because they're not just depending on one game to make people watch.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Variety is always a good thing. Variety is always a good
Because one day you want somebody to say, "Yo, this lady, she got the block." No, that's no. She played Fortnite. No, no. I'm telling you, man. She and it's like, yo, I'm all those things. Like that's me.
I'm all of those
You
things.
know, that's what you want to be. And when you could do that, like
Yeah,
if you look at Shannon Sharp, he got Club Shay Shay, but he's still on
yeah,
ESPN in
yeah,
the morning.
yeah,
He's still
yeah.
on late night with
They
Ocho
play.
Cinco. Like, yes, well, I remember growing up, he played it. He won a Super Bowl with the Ravens. No, I remember he won one with the Broncos. No, he interviewed Cat
Yeah,
Williams. Like, no, it's the guy to be with Ocho. No, he be with Stephen A. Smith. Like,
yeah,
yes, I'm all those
yeah.
things. Like, I
All
think
over the yeah,
that's in game for
all
me.
over the place. Yeah, yeah.
And I want to
That's
help people
awesome.
along the way, and because I feel like in our space, it's not enough of us there on a
Yeah.
certain level,
Okay.
and it's kind of top heavy, but at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, like what I was explaining when I wanted to have this first conversation yesterday about the topic is, yes, it's a castanet, right? But
Mm-hmm.
how many creators that ain't people of color that are as big as castanet, and we just don't even know who they are? It's probably 30 of
Mm-hmm.
them, and it's just that one guy we know,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then there's
Yeah.
maybe
Because
this
you see
this
him.
female she's doing pretty good, but it's probably 30 Korean streamer females that's just as big as her or bigger that you just don't even know who they
Yeah.
are. And
Yeah.
you've
Yeah.
seen the ALGS. I don't know if you keep up with Apex, but 15,000
Mm-hmm.
people in an arena in Japan, and watching them play the finals, and then like the Madden had 250 in New Orleans, like 15,000 people watching them in their finals compared to 250. And these people are
Wow.
paying tickets and buying merch, hoodies, they're buying hats, and like 15,000 people watching a video game be played. It's just
That's
insane.
crazy.
And you just like,
Mm-hmm.
like we just got to realize how big the space is, because for the $1 million worth of game, and it's up there podcast and Drink Champs and Breakfast Club, none of them are on the same
Mm-hmm.
page as Joe Rogan. And it's probably, you know, 50 podcasts that's bigger than all those that nobody even know who they are. They just do numbers, and you get to
Mm-hmm.
some festival and like you realize like you're number 30 out of 100. Not I just think in
Mm-hmm.
this space more of us need to get to that level so we can put that ladder back down and
Yeah.
open more doors.
Mm.
Whew. Man, it's been fun though.
This has been fun.
It's
Yeah,
been fun. We
I
got to
love
do this
it.
again. Once
Oh,
we
most
get some,
definitely.
I try to give it a little break and wait till it's like something that's a topic like this one, and seeing that and being the
Mm,
end of this Black History Month for me, and trying to still hold the program down when it comes to that and talk about issues. And I just thought that was a
yeah,
good one to see.
that was a good one.
To see,
Hmm.
can people really work through their issues, and can uh can we put that dynamic back? Because I think it's special when it's all working together. Because ultimately, at the end, when I message them on Twitter, I'm like, a guy with that resource should get with those females and that other guy and talk and put together all female tournament and get them some resources and break bread together, and
Mm,
maybe even meet up and do some IRL stuff and put, and then it's really up. You know what I'm saying? Because then you merge into
yeah.
communities that it don't have to be this whole community come over here, this whole, but just like a certain percentage of them cross promoting could be great.
I just had somebody, I just had somebody send me some crazy stuff in my chat, and I'm not reading it out
Right.
loud.
what you got planned for the rest of the night?
I think I'm gonna probably jump onto some COD. I might do some multi. Um, if not that, then I'll probably jump into some GTA because I really like
Yeah, I see
it.
you feeling it. You ready for GTA 6?
I actually am because it's going to be on console, right? I don't, and they're incorporating. I mean, they're putting it all in one area, so you can do RP in there on there as well. So I'm kind of excited to see what it's going to do. They say a lot of the graphics are going to be better. They're going to have a lot more like little things that you would normally see, like be actually appearing on the screen. Like
Mm.
certain things are going to look, they're not going to look as like computer generated. It's gonna look 3D, like it's gonna look, HD, like crispy. So I'm excited. I am excited about it.
I think it's gonna break the gaming world when GTA 6 drop.
I think it is too.
I
I
think
think
it's
I
gonna.
think a lot of people, yeah, I think it's gonna definitely break it. But it's gonna be cool because you could play the game, like the storyline, or you could do the RP, which, like I said, I just started. Like I literally just started doing it. I've been seeing a bunch of people doing RP and so forth. But then when one of my homeboys was like, "Yo, we got a server, come on," and slowly building. I think this is a perfect time to join that server since it's small right now. It's
Right, you
gonna
can
get
kind of get your
bigger.
feet wet.
Um, yeah. But like to learn what I'm doing and how I'm doing it and then make the money that I need to make, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So you know, I'm one of the best dope sellers there is on
And people be having crazy jobs on GTA servers.
one of the
It
best
be
dope
different.
sellers there is in the
You know, fly in trapping, cross country trapping.
band and sell my little, have my little cute little outfit on and just selling my little meth.
Oh my god, a meth dealer.
Meth dealer, definitely.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is. It's funny though. It's just so funny because they'll be like, they're being all gangster, and I'm like, I'm so not gangster.
Look, then you come in with that outfit. They ain't even thinking about no gangster shit. They just trying to cop.
You
They
know?
just trying to cop.
But then I be trying to fight, be fighting people. They say something disrespectful, I slap them. They're like, "Yo, you're not gangster, but you definitely gangster."
It's Griselda. It's Griselda.
Oh my goodness, this is pretty funny though. But yeah, that's what I think I'm about to do. What you about to do?
It's late. They probably want me to play some Madden. I don't know if I want to hop on Madden today.
Oh,
I might go straight. I've been back playing Apex, and I've been enjoying it because the new season they seem to have put a good bit of what we all like back in it. So I'm probably gonna
oh,
go to
I have
like
not.
I'm probably gonna go to my intermission for a second, and then probably come back and get on some gameplay, and then when I get off tonight, this will go up on the YouTube in the morning. I always
Okay.
post in the morning, so the people that don't stay up late with
Yay.
me anymore, they have jobs and
Yeah.
things to do. You know what I'm saying? Like get in the morning
Yeah.
and they can just play it. I like YouTube, Kick, and Twitch when you post stuff because like
Definitely.
they can watch it in the background. Like you can still use your
Yeah.
phone and stuff. So I try to do that. That way
Yeah.
people can consume it. That way, look at
Yeah,
they
that's a
talking
good
about we
idea.
want Madden. Man, y'all want to see me rage, man. I don't be wanting to rage. I just want to have a good mental health. But yeah, we definitely have to
Yeah,
do
that's
this
hard
again
for me.
soon. I've enjoyed
Yeah.
your energy on here. So
Oh, thank you. I've enjoyed yours too. I thought I was nervous. I was like,
nervous.
oh no.
But now I will say this in person and in the content world, I have like this thing that I can make people feel comfortable. That's why I was
Oh,
like I had messaged you on Twitter. I'm like, yeah, if you got any questions, whenever you feel comfortable, how I'm just like no pressure type of
yeah.
situation. Like even if you didn't get in
No.
here tonight, I'll be like, it was no big deal. Like I'm gonna still do this and
Oh
then when you do
no.
come, because I'm like, I be one a person to not feel like they finna get in here and I'm gonna ask them something that make them uncomfortable or
Mm,
sometimes you could get in people the energy ain't right. They press you on certain stuff or try to be confrontational with
yeah.
you on purpose to try to get
Yeah.
reactions and stuff. I'm not that person. I
So
kind of
I
know how
don't
to
have
read.
time for
I
that.
know how to read the room because your
There you go.
reputation's on the line for the next person that watch it that don't know you. It's like I don't want to make content with that person. That I didn't get a good vibe from the
Exactly.
things that they were saying. Like I'm good on them. So
Exactly. I mean, I know you go post this, people go watch it, they're gonna be like, who that girl? You know what I'm saying?
nah, they'd be like,
No.
honestly, if it's me, if I post a female, they gonna be like, yo, she like who? She must got something about her, like so. Because usually I try to
Oh,
pick people that got like a whole different sauce
thank
to
you
them.
just yeah. But I
But
appreciate it.
no, I appreciate you hopping on. I'm gonna take my intermission and then
Yeah, me too.
I'll be swinging through your channel to show some love soon though.
Oh, definitely. I got you up as well. Thank you so much for
No, thank
inviting
you.
me.
Appreciate you hopping on.